Don't clip that one.
I'm still in the caravan, guys. Where is everybody?
No, Mom's in the caravan.
Oh, that'll be fun. That actually gives me a good idea, Shasta.
Alright.
Uh-oh.
Pathfinder. I'm gonna move the scribe around and cast scribe spells.
There we go.
Cast scribe.
Fuck it, foil it in the house. Get in the house, Phil.
Foiling in
How
the house,
dare
what
you.
will they do?
How dare you hurt my boy?
We put foil in the
My
No, I think-
boy.
How dare you hurt my
Mob is the
boy?
type to let Foylan up onto the sofa when everyone is gone.
I would.
He's gonna be
And
here
then
whenever everybody gets back.
Yanko's just gonna fucking stare at him and be like, "Who let you on the couch?" And he's just gonna.
I don't know.
Get off the couch.
I don't
It's
know.
like, well, I'm not cleaning the hair up, so you know, if she wants you to, that's fine. She's
Nobody
the-
else cleans this house.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it's the person that cleans the house that lets the dog onto the couch, that's not his problem then. It's about spoiling the little bitch. He doesn't want that little brat to get. No, I'm kidding. He
Spoil
loves
Foylan.
He loves that dog. He will spoil that dog. That is a given.
Spoil that wolf.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's literally a celestial dog. Like, I don't know. He's just chilling.
All
We love him
Jump,
very
jump,
much
jump.
chilling.
right.
I have not touched Fantasy Grounds on the start of so long. I've got 37 updates in progress. God damn.
You're okay.
Sheesh.
We will get to you when we get there. We still have the recap to go through. Speaking of which, who would like to give me a recap?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They weren't here, so they definitely can't.
Yeah, that's fair.
I tried watching the
See?
pod. I got tired.
Hi.
See, Ellie, Bubble,
Hey.
do you guys wanna?
I can try.
No.
I can try.
No.
If you'd rather I do
I'll
it, I
try.
can do it.
I can. I'll try. I'll try.
Alright.
Can't
I'd
be
Okay.
worse than me that one time, okay?
Okay. So last session, I believe, we were just continuing off after the majority of us had really shitty nightmares. But we kicked it off with Amaya's nightmare that she had, where she ended up in a room with Josiah, and Josiah was basically telling her to reread this prayer because she needs to repent for what she has done. She had no idea what she did, by the way. But I think I'm trying to remember exactly. What do you say? I'll remember the time for this, but I won't remember the majority of everything else. But I think the time she was trapped there was like 3 hours, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Because she Josiah didn't believe her that she was being sincere about it. But eventually he said something along the lines of that she's a martyr and something will kill her. Am I correct?
She
in
won't
that?
survive what's to come.
Yeah. And when she asked exactly what that meant, she had this freaky sort of I want to say vision, but I'm not entirely sure because of how trippy it was.
She cast a
Where she
divination.
saw this. Yeah, she saw this lady, like snared in chains, and the moon was up above, and then an eye opened up on it, and then she woke up.
Mhm.
But whatever it was, she told the scribe, and the scribe was very, like very anxious about it. But as time went on, then, we ended up getting to the Abbey, and we made it to a bridge, and the lady, who's totally not scary at all, was standing across the other end, and she, more or less just says, we still need to get there before our reflections do.
Mhm.
So, one by one, we all did different, different things to get across. Like, Kovak closed his eyes and he just bolted across. Tanjara, enclosed herself in water and went across as well. Just to name a couple. But when we got inside the Abbey then, because we technically passed I think the lady said something that we didn't fully do it properly, but, you know, it was good enough, I guess. We went in and she says that we will be staying there for a couple of days just to train for the temple. And while Graggletooth, Kovak, and Cass were talking, Amaya looked over to the tea that Tanjara had finished drinking. She stepped out, and when Amaya went over to it, it was in the shape of an eye, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's quite literally where we ended.
Yeah.
Last session.
Take an inspiration for that.
Yippee!
That was pretty clear cut. Each of you had these freaky dreams. You got into the Abbey through various means of the interpretation of the Felcris puzzle, and you had even more kind of weird visions start to happen right near the end.
Don't loop me in with these crazies. I didn't have a bad dream, alright? I slept
That's
perfectly
true.
fine.
Oh yeah,
thank
you
very
did.
much.
You're really the only one that did.
I'm not hearing voices. I'm not seeing creatures. I'm not seeing Josiah. I'm just sleeping. You know? I'm just sleeping. I'm better, alright? I'm goated.
I thought you were Sam.
No,
Mhm.
I'm gonna change my name legally.
Oh,
No.
okay.
And so, where we will start is actually maybe at the exact same time as where we ended, but in a different place. We're gonna go back to the caravan for a moment. I'll put you two on the caravan map. Feel free to grab that one, Corellian.
Okay.
And I made Oakenheel's name too long. I need to shorten for the thing.
That's a fucking caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is Mufoylin? Put him back out here.
Yeah,
No, put him in the house.
No.
He's my boy. He gets to stay outside.
Are we allowed to go into
Thank
the
you.
map to watch this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
No,
Ma-
see, you're gonna be hearing everything that happens. You're not allowed to see it. Yes, you're allowed to see it.
Yeah.
C is not allowed to see it.
Mop, you are up. You have some sort of cleaning implements in your hands. You're feeling a bit better. Argyle has been tending to you to the best of their ability, bringing you tea and whatnot, but you're doing okay. I'm gonna close this door.
There's a intruder. There's an intruder at the back.
Yeah, as you're doing this, just sort of taking care of yourself, taking care of menial business, waiting for the party to get back, you hear growling outside that you recognize to be Foylin. Some barks here and there, and then silence. And then you hear mumbling outside, because you can't hear it. you're through multiple walls.
Kill my fucking dog, Corellian, I swear to God.
Yeah, that's actually what I brought him here for, was to kill your spiritual steed.
Finally!
Waylon, no!
I can't kill my the pie I run's ferret, so I get someone else's dog. I'll take it.
Mop will crawl underneath the bell, hide in there, and then send Argyle out to inspect.
Oh, absolutely. Argyle will not be able to go through the door, so they will go over here and climb out the window, and begin to just crawl on the side. And as they cross this corner, we'll go a couple minutes in the past. Oakenhill. You are trudging your way through the woods. On every single side of you, there are mountains. You are in a place you have never been before, the secluded Valley of Mead, north of Manor Black, just through the mountains in the Talons. There is an axe in one hand strung over your shoulder, a map in the other with little doodles, most likely made by Jax, directions on where to go. When you see a building in the distance, and it looks bizarre because it has wheels on it. Like a really big carriage, but it does just look like a house on wheels.
Amazing.
And before you can even begin to think about that, what you also see is a dire wolf sitting at the back who sees you and immediately starts to get on the defensive. Starts growling, just starts looking at you, just waiting for you to do something.
O'Connell probably pulls out some mushroom jerky.
Okay.
and just tries to offer, "Hey there, bud." And just he'll he has the thing where he can basically talk to animals to a certain degree.
Oh yeah.
So they can understand him a bit more than usual. Definitely being as calm as possible. Definitely not threatening the dog. His goal is to give this direwolf belly rubs. That's the goal.
Oh, wonderful. Do you have your D&D Beyond character sheet for Oakenhill by chance?
I can get it up.
Gotcha. I did not have time to make you a whole character sheet, and you likely aren't going to
How
be in
could
combat, so I didn't I didn't bother with that. But if you can roll animal handling with advantage, I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
We'll believe
So
you.
I'll just say +2 for now or something like that.
Sure.
So
Natural 20,
Done.
of course it is. Immediately, you like reach into your pocket and it like puts its paws forward, puts its head to the ground, bares its teeth, and then you pull out Jerky, and immediately the teeth go unbared. Its ears
here
flick
it
up.
is.
It tilts its head at you. It sniffs the air.
He didn't realize he grabbed the mushroom jerky, and then gets actual jerky out, like beef jerky. That's better.
It sniffs the air even more. It tilts its head more.
Yeah. Offers it to him.
It'll sniff it for a second. It'll look at you. It'll start to eat it out of your hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're smelling it.
Damn it, Foylan.
And then that is when Argyle will sort of turn the corner, and you will see Corellian, describe Oakenhill for me.
You will see a furry, raggedy-looking furbolg. He's like just about 7 feet tall. He's a tall boy. He wears scale mail armor that's made of little leaves. That is the scales. He has pants that have patchwork beyond belief. He has long brown hair, a longish brown beard, blue fur over his entire body. He probably has leaves and moss in his hair. He has like Dust said, a massive axe on his back. This axe is a bit weird. It has, the only way to describe it is like, how do you describe it? There's eyes and kind of awful looking veins going over the axe. All the eyes, some of them are closed, some of them are open. They're all dull and grey, not blinking or anything like that. But there's eyes over the entire axe. This massive grey axe on his back, as he is currently giving this wolf ear scratches.
Mm-hmm. And the wolf is loving it. You can see Argyle and Oakenhill. It is kicking slightly, and somewhere a Kovak who has just finished their tea gets a message saying "friend," with zero context. And yeah, you just see this for a moment. Mop, do you do anything, or do you stay hidden?
For a moment, Oakenhill probably hears a ting as Mom hits her head on the bell, trying to get out from under it. Oh gosh, darn it! Mop will come out the back door.
Mm-hmm. You can open it. There you go.
Hello.
Is this your friend?
Hi. He's a friend of a friend, but yeah, he's my friend.
What treats does he like the most?
Honestly, he just likes anything. Really, he's not too picky.
What does your character look like, Shasta?
Mop is a little white kobold wearing a tailcoat.
Amazing.
And she just looks very happy to be here.
Is this your house?
Yeah. Me and my
So
friends, we kind of live here.
It's a unique house.
Oh, very much. It moves. We got horses in front.
Those must be strong horses.
Yeah, they're very nice. You want to be friends?
Sure. I won't say no to more friends.
Okay, I made some chili. I got some leftovers if you want
Oh,
some.
I like chili.
Yeah. Are you
Okay.
Are you vegetarian or vegan or anything? Do you have any allergies?
I like food.
What's your favorite color?
Purple.
What's your favorite animal?
That's a difficult one. There's so
Are you
many
more-
good ones.
Are you more of a daytime kind of person or a nighttime kind of person?
Nighttime as long as it's not a full moon.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Real.
it's all right. And we have some
Okay, close
context.
to the door.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, let's
Where's
get
Scribe?
He's out front. He doesn't know
Mr.
any of this
Scribe.
happening.
Mr. Scribe, we have a guest.
you will see this door open, and Okinil, you will see what looks like an apparition of a man like walk out. He's fully a ghost. And he'll go.
Oh, I don't know, no. I don't like ghosts. No, no.
Wow.
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
Is it a good ghost or a bad ghost?
oh, he's very nice. His name is this. Well, we call him the Scribe. I guess that's his name.
That's not how names work.
I guess. I don't know. My name is Mob.
I'm O'Keneal.
Oh, that's
O'Keneal
very
pulls out
lovely.
his massive hand to shake your hand. As yours like 3 feet tall, he definitely has to lean down.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have to shake very hard to make Mob like fucking hit the ground.
Ragdoll?
Yeah, ragdoll and hit the ground like a wet towel.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh,
I'll give
it's
you a good
alright.
handshake.
I'm working on it. I've been lifting weights. Not really. But yeah, Mr. Scribe, this is Oakenhill.
Hi.
The
And
scribe.
this yeah.
Mhm.
Go
No,
ahead.
please.
This little guy's Argyle. He's usually a rat, but he's a possum.
He's usually a rat, but now he's a possum?
Mop will hold out her possum. Yeah.
Hi there. He's clearly not even talking to you. He's trying to talk to the possum.
What, do you just get like vague ideas from them?
He gets the intention of them. Whatever they're trying to say, he gets the intention of it. Not the specific words.
I think that your immediate read is that this is a sassy ass rat. Also,
Ooh.
remind me, what are they? Are they celestial or a fae, Mom?
Faye.
Yeah, this rat's a fae.
Oh.
I think you pretty quickly you've been, you know, pretty well versed in the stuff for this is a familiar.
Ooh.
Pretty clearly.
Hey, that's a cool familiar. I've made a cool one before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like dragons as well. Those dragon familiars are cool.
Oh, I thought about dragon familiars, but I don't think I'm that cool. You know, I
think you can pull it off.
I mean, I literally look like a dragon already.
Okay, so why is it a problem to have more dragons?
I don't know. Anyways, you want
Possums-
chili?
I won't say no to chili.
Okay, it's really spicy. I hope you like spicy.
We'll find out.
Mop will pull out
Forgot
the
about-
murder. Mop will pull
forgot
out the
about
murdered
spicy
chili.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You all
and
you
we'll
will make some chili, get a few bowls for Oakenhill and yourself. Argyle will also have some and die again probably, but you can bring him back.
Yeah.
And you all, yeah, you all can sort of just eat and talk for a little bit.
Yeah.
I won't linger on that too long, just because we'll probably be here for hours.
Oh, that's good. Really clears up my
Yeah,
sinuses.
only thing that's important, okay, is like, did you just kill your possum with chili?
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Okay.
Mop will just ask every rudimentary question for like ice breaking known to man. You know, it's like if you had 1 million gold pieces, what would you do with it?
University classes hate to see you coming.
I know. Yeah, we're at the table.
Oh, that one. Nope. No
Absolutely.
table.
Yeah.
Ooh, couch.
Oh, table, oh, couch, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Oh, you've lined something up perfectly, Corellian. As Foylan often likes to do, he will stick his head through the window behind you and lay it on the couch.
Oh, he's giving him treats the entire time.
Oh, he's loving it.
Doesn't give him the chili after seeing the dead possum, but
You get, as you do that, you get the vague, like, thing of, like, you know, my owner is great, but he never gives me this much treats. And he's having the time of his life. And Kovac, you're far away. Every now and again, you're just getting, like, these little one-word messages of, like, friend, many treats, better. Just, like, these random, like, things.
I'm not gonna kill your dog, Sam. I'm gonna steal him.
And I every time he's getting one of the messages, he kind of just stares into the middle distance, and he's like, "What the fuck is this thing talking about?" It's like, okay, well, I guess I'll just have to talk to Scribe when I get back and tell him to not go crazy on the treats.
That's so funny.
He doesn't know shit.
You
Doesn't
two,
know.
you two, as well as the scribe, will sit at the table, and you will eat for a while. And it is good, even though it's really spicy. The chili is really good. And near the end of your sort of eating, the scribe will look at you, and he's just kind of been staring at you, almost like analyzing you for the past little bit, butting in every now and again. And he'll say, "Are you a bloody hunter?"
I was.
Oh, okay. All right. What brings you here to the valley?
Oh, I'm trying to how to word this without sounding like I released something really bad. I'm trying to deal with an old friend. Yeah, that.
Oh, understandable.
Yeah, he was apparently a really bad person, and I may have let him free, but I didn't mean to, so it's not my fault.
Oh, if I had a nickel.
I like that attitude.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Well-
you and Corellian fucking did this on purpose.
I feel like Craggletooth and Oakenhill are gonna get along really well.
It's gonna be great.
Moppa's looking down at her bowl of chili like that picture of Lisa Simpson at the table.
I need someone to draw
I
over
need to
that.
draw
That's
that
so
now.
funny.
I need to draw that. I need to draw
Um,
that.
But the scribe will clear his throat and say, "Well, most of the people here are at the Abbey just down the way. If that's where you're
Just go to the
headed, we
Abbey?
could... Yes, we could accompany you there if you'd like."
Yeah, that would be kind of useful. I kind of need to go there. Apparently that's where I'm going to find out more information. I don't know.
Oh.
Jax gave me a map, so
Perfect.
We met a bloody hunter before. Actually, her name. Goodness.
Starts with
I
a C.
completely Celia.
Oh, you met my boss?
Mhm.
Is she your boss?
She was, yeah.
Oh, we had a wonderful time meeting your boss. We had a Christmas adventure in May.
She's that's not how Christmas works, or with my boss how adventures work either. So,
Oh no, we had it. It was because there was a hag doing weird stuff.
well, I've killed one of those before. We have, I guess.
Oh wow, I killed one.
Good job. That's pretty
It's the
cool.
only person I've ever killed.
Oh,
It haunts me.
Me too.
Okay.
My ass, bitch, you've killed people. You have killed people. Other than that.
Thinks back to a certain vampire.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh.
say Leduca and every other person that went down with him.
So, if anyone, Oakenhill is like he's got a kill streak.
His kill count's quite high thanks to one person, but yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
The scribe will say, "Well, very good. Once you are finished up here, we can clean up and get going. I imagine they are waiting for us. We are in a bit of a hurry. It's wonderful to have you along. The bloody hunters are always kind."
Yeah. I'm still trying to deal with the fact that you're a friendly ghost. Sorry.
It's... I can... Hold on. And he'll sort of, like, close his eyes, and you will see this illusion pass over him that just makes him look like an elf, basically.
That helps. I still know you're a ghost in there, but it helps. So
That is true. Well, I'm not gonna possess... can I even possess... I don't even know if I can
Don't
possess
know.
people.
That's something to try out later.
That's not. Don't try that one. Don't.
Volunteers.
No, definitely.
I mean, if you need to try it,
I know.
No.
I've only got one vial of holy water, so don't be doing that.
I mean, like,
Holy water wouldn't work on me, friend, but that is
Oh.
glad to hear. I'm, what do you even call...
What kind of-
I'm like a divine I don't even know. A ghost of the
Yeah, you're like
gods.
I know what
Sure.
you are.
Hmm?
A friend. And Mop will hold his hand.
Oh, thank you, Mom. He'll hold it for a second.
So the Abbey, right?
The Abbey, yes.
Just
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
Mhm.
On the table is that a cat dust?
Yes, that's a cat.
You see as Oakhill goes by, he growls at the cat.
The cat.
No!
What?
The cat meows at you, and you get the impression that it is so. This one is not like the other one. This one doesn't hate you. It just thinks it's better than you, and so it doesn't care about your opinion.
It's Ellie's
Probably gonna
cat.
be number one. Probably gonna be number one. You're going on a fucking bounty poster right next to us.
I'll deal with you later.
No, you won't.
The cat will stick its tongue out at you.
Uncle Hill, want to see what I can do?
Sure, bud.
Mop will polymorph into a spider monkey.
Why?
Oh,
For what
my
reason? For what reason? That's so funny.
Oakenhill's jaw drops. That's so fucking cool.
That takes a lot of energy. I don't know why they just did that.
Oh, it's
I will
alright.
show. I might show you what. You want to see what I can do?
Yeah.
Oakenhill, his body starts to shift as he turns into a werewolf.
Oh wow.
Oh.
That's really cool. My friend can do that. I mean,
You would?
ooh.
Would you ever?
I save.
Oh yeah.
We'll deal with that later. Abbey, as he walks and
Abbey.
the werewolf inches recede.
The Abbey, the Abbey. The scribe will begin to usher you out and begin to walk down the path towards the Abbey, where we will pass on over to the rest of you. The rest of you have just finished tea. The night is getting on. Sun is beginning to set. You have some rooms in the Abbey you can stay in. And there's also Tanjara who is here. Tanjara is sort of folding her arms in this living room still, just sort of like tapping, just like tapping her shoulder with a finger, looking at all of you saying, "This is incredibly strenuous. I don't know why. No, I do know why. I'm being impatient." And they're just kind of like playing 5D mind chess with themselves, trying to reason this.
Yeah, Kovak just very slowly nods when she starts talking and then corrects herself. He's like, we're playing their games because that's what we should be doing. It may take a bit longer. It is the best way forward. We can't always take shortcuts.
She'll pause, sigh, nod. This is the most progress I've made in a month, so I can't be too upset about it.
You are welcome.
Just kind of pause for a moment and raise an eyebrow.
He means it.
She'll just kind of raise an eyebrow. Roll insight.
Okay. Okay.
And you three are also in the room if you wanted to roll.
Yeah!
I would like to roll, please.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna roll for the shits and giggles. Let's go.
Oh.
Let the wisdom caster roll the insight. Let's go.
I will roll insight.
Okay.
Win.
Yeah!
Kovak and Amana, she seems almost like a part of her is almost bugged that you said that in this insinuation that she needs to thank you. But that part immediately fades away, and she kind of sits there and for a brief moment forgets that you all are like the Chained Legion, and says
Allegedly.
and says like, "Oh, thank you, yes."
And he just nods. He doesn't nail the point home, but just nods.
And yeah, she will pick herself up and say, "Well, I am gonna go to bed early, I think. There's nothing to really theorize about, so I guess I need to sleep," she says, almost confused.
You say that like
sleep.
you say that like it's a question, Tanjara.
I don't know, I don't sleep very often. I guess
Cat.
it's one of those nights.
Cass's gaze will like flicker to Amaya for a wee moment, then they'll look away.
No further comment.
Yeah. I know some
Um,
people who don't sleep.
Slept
And-
so fucking well. He's ready to go back to bed.
She will shrug her shoulders and say, well, tomorrow we do our physical training. The next day we do whatever the hell they have next. I suppose I'll see you all then.
Sounds good. Have a good
Yeah.
night.
Good night. She will usher herself away to her room. Whereas you four are now left alone in this sort of living space. Anytime you can get up and go to bed. But I open up to you in case you wanted to talk.
Yeah.
I spy with my little eye open heel.
But you know what? That probably is a good thing to do. As you all are kind of sitting here in the silence, maybe finishing some tea, enjoying the fire at the center of the room, you all will hear from outside a muffled voice of Mop. And another muffled voice of someone none of you recognize.
A tree.
Close.
The other tree.
Won't has to like walk to the door, to open it.
Absolutely.
Like sweating at the unknown voice. It's another stray that Mob's picked up from. He's just worried.
Yep. You
As Cass
will.
is like walking to the door, I want them to
Mhm.
like sniff as well. Like, can they catch anything?
Oh, yeah. Roll perception with advantage.
Ooh.
No, I'm being out werewolves. No, 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 no.
Okay. Remind me, is Oakenhill's blood still cursed?
Not the black and blood curse, no, but he still has the curse of lycanthrope.
Yeah.
Technically.
You will sniff the air, Cassian, just out of instinct as you get closer, and you will immediately pick up the scent of like a foul, sort of tainted blood. And I think, given your own nature, you can pretty quickly recognize it as lycanthropy.
And blackberries.
Ah,
It's
okay.
got blackberries as well.
Oh yeah,
Lots.
Okay.
a lot of blackberries in this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love blackberries.
Like
they're
lemon.
great.
Blackberries are so good.
They
Mhm.
are. I want Cass to like listen for a moment before they open the door.
Yeah.
Would they be able to tell if, because they're very paranoid at the minute, will they be able to tell if it's the thing from their night terror, or is it someone else entirely?
Yes, you can tell it is not.
Okay. They're gonna like open the door.
I spy with my little light. Oh, hey.
You will see a large Fearbulg wearing a leaf scale mail with Mop on their shoulders.
They're just
I
staring
did.
up.
Are these your friends?
Yeah, this is my friend.
Oh. Hi, friends.
Hi.
I think Craggletooth will kind of like dart over to the door and stick her head like out from behind Cassian's like legs, just to like just kind of watch from there, you know.
Has the invisibility potion worn off for Craggletooth?
I mean, if it's evening, probably by now. Unfortunately,
Yes.
she made a
Yes.
big fuss about it. She made a big fuss about it when it wore off.
We need to put a bell on you.
No. No, you don't.
That would be terrible.
An anklet with a bell. No,
Her
but
worst nightmare.
no, but the whole time they're like sort of staring at the door. I don't think he can see them. Like he hasn't opened. Like Cass hasn't. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
The shits and giggles, Corellian, Cass looks also like a ghost.
Why do you? How many ghost friends do you have?
And
Mob, how?
as you like sniff the air, Oakenhill, I'm not gonna make you roll for this because you're level 15 and I know you're gonna do it. You can immediately tell Cassian is also not only a ghost but a werewolf.
Oakenhill's ears instantly go up, and you hear like the slightest amount of a growl until he remembers that mobs said they're good. He's like, oh, hey.
Cass like takes like a very like they take like a slight step back, but it's more so to like put themselves into like like a stance that can instantly go to defensive just in case.
Mm-hmm.
But they're trying to be polite. They're anxious, but they're just forcing a smile.
Yeah.
Mock, do you want me to let you down so you can say hi to your friends?
Yeah, Cassian, this is my friend Oakenhill.
Hello,
Hey,
I'm up here.
Hi.
We met today. He had some of my chili.
Who's got chili?
That chili was
Oh,
really spicy.
you liked it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oakenhill, can you
That's-
actually
that's good.
also roll perception? I'll give you advantage on this.
Yeah. It's, that would be, if I remember correctly, 19.
19. As
I can't find my sheet. It's on Zach's account, so I'm guessing.
all good, I will take your word for it. As you sort of like set Mop down and they start talking, and you're just kind of looking at Cassian, you notice just beyond, like, just behind their collar, on the right side of their neck, is a weird symbol that doesn't look like it belongs, and as you once again just sort of like sniff the air, you recognize the telltale smell of a demon. It smells faintly of cigarettes. I don't know if Oakenhill would be familiar with what that means.
Nope.
But
I
you can
credit
tell
is, but
it's-
okay, not so much.
Yeah, you can tell it's demon-esque.
Ooh.
I could go for a cigarette right now. Sorry.
You have some interesting friends, Mob.
Grandchild!
Hi.
We'll say
It's
right
not right-
then, right after you say hi, the invisibility wears off.
Yes. And she kind of like says hi, and then she realizes, she looks down.
Mhm.
Ah, damn it! I should learn how to do that myself.
Is Amaya and Kobok awake?
Yeah,
They're back there.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
here.
And Cass will like open the door more and like step aside to let them in.
Crackletooth will also step aside.
Hey.
We'll grab Oakenhill's hand.
Yeah, he like drags along like it's a toddler dragging him along, yeah.
Yeah.
Like enters the room. And I don't know how many of you have seen Peaky Blinders season 3. But when he's at the Shelby Foundation ball and Cillian Murphy just stares at the camera, like the death stares at the camera. I put it in Unchained. That's Oakenhill. He's just looking at Oakenhill exactly like that. Unmoving. How tall is Oakenhill?
He is just over 7 feet tall.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
wow.
it's taller than Kovac.
What the hell?
Yeah, no, Kovac's like currently trying to like. Would you have heard them call would you have heard Mop say Oakenhill as a name?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna be like, go back, this is my friend Oakenhill.
And he's currently flipping through his like mental faculties to try and think how many Phi do I know that are 7 feet tall that are named Oakenhill. He has to be Phi. He's here to kill me. And then he's just like, wait a
there.
fucking minute. What they don't know about that. That's what's going on in his head while he's just blankly fucking staring at Oakenhill.
Okay, Oakenhill's got his hand out to shake Kovac's hand. Are you gonna leave me hanging?
He blinks back into consciousness. He looks at the hand, and then he just like looks up at Oakenhill, brings up a hand, and just grabs his hand and shakes it. I'm Kovak.
Fucking
Look,
crushes
nice to
his
meet you.
hand, or at least tries.
I think
tried
Oakenhill
intimidating.
would Oakenhill would fucking twist Kovak's arm, and that's saying something. But he just keeps his hand to shake and is like, "You're very tall."
Yeah, I'm
I was gonna
we're all,
say that.
we're all kind of tall a little bit.
Mm.
Part giant somewhere along the line.
He's
Where
like
do you-
Cassian.
What do you mean, like Cassian?
He's I mean, is it like Cassian?
What do you mean?
Cass is
Yeah. Are you Furbog too? Are you hiding it? Or are you like my friend? Can you change?
Cass like looks to Mop with this sort of defeated expression.
He turned into a
And
doggy
it's-
earlier.
Yeah, we need to talk about this, Mop. I don't really want people to know about it, but yes,
Yeah, it's not really a thing you go around telling people.
I had a nickel for every bloody hunter we told that Cassian was a werewolf without Cassian asking. I'd have 2 nickels.
Yes,
If it makes it any better, I already could tell.
I can also, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I have like
Yeah, because Mop's already like.
I don't need to
Werewolf
hide mine
sense.
as much anymore. Yeah, I don't have to
Werewolf-
worry about people being
Werewolf
mean
6 sense.
to me. It's just got a good sense of smell, bud.
Oh, okay.
Good nose.
What?
My favorite video.
Amaya, she okay. I imagine her. She's focused mainly on Mop, and then she turns to Oak and Heel, and she just looks so much on the defensive right now. Like, oh
Yeah.
fucking hell, another tall person.
Okay, he's got a big smile. He's like trying to be as least threatening as possible. Hi there.
This is my friend. This is my friend Amaya Papaya. She's my best friend in the whole wide world. And this is Oaken Hill.
Good
Yeah,
to
we
meet you.
met today.
Mhm.
His favorite color is purple. He likes the nighttime. His favorite animal is. What's your favorite? What's your favorite animal?
I can't pick just one.
Oh, okay. He
Yeah.
can't pick a favorite animal. He doesn't like the moon that much. At least the full moon.
When Mop says that, Cass just like mutters under their breath about something.
And later we're gonna make friendship bracelets.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
Hey, I crashed. Dust, can you roll a d4 for me?
Oh yeah, sure.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Roll for
Oh
bid.
no. 1.
I
One?
need to make.
Yeah, 1.
I
1.
didn't even
Okay.
think.
Cool.
of
Um,
future.
She looks at Oak and Heel, and she looks like incredibly mixed feelings. Like she's trying to be nice because it's Mop, but also she clearly does not trust you. So she's just, yeah. Hi.
Hi. One sec. Your friend just gave me a great idea. Okay, like goes to a bag and he pulls out like 3 or 4 different looking sending stones. Pulls out one. He said, "Jax, when I get back, we're making friendship bracelets." And then he puts the stone away.
You hear muffled from the pocket like, oh, okay.
Okay, pleasure to meet you. Sorry, I didn't want to forget the idea. Sorry.
No, yeah, no, that's all. Mop,
Oh.
why are you walking with strangers to different places?
Where did you say you met him?
Oh, subscribe with us.
Yeah, I was going to say, where did you say you met him? We're not really around civilization.
Oh, he was sneaking around the back of our caravan.
I was to be fair, I was doing that. That's not wrong. Your house is kind of weird.
Why were you
Caravan.
sneaking around the caravan?
I was giving a wolf ear scratches.
And Kovak
I'm
just
flailing.
Kovak death stares. Open heel again.
I saw your house first, then I saw the wolf. I had to say hi to the wolf. That'd be rude otherwise. Then I met your friend.
Oh yeah,
And
he
you
was
didn't-
he was thick as thieves with deer off whaling.
You didn't hurt him, right?
Oh, I gave him. I think about. I think I gave him about 33
Oh.
treats.
He got
Oh
a
my
lot of
God,
treats.
You were the one. He was.
He really likes jerky.
I know. He told me.
Mhm.
He just
Jealous.
he exasperatedly just pinches the bridge of his nose. Okay, never mind. If Waylon didn't try to attack you, then, I mean,
No, I just told him I wasn't a bad guy, and I think he could kind of smell dog as well. So.
he's got a good nose like that. Yes.
Cass's nose wrinkles a wee bit.
You just gotta accept it at some point. Oakenhill looks like, oh, you guys don't like trust me, do you? I get that. I got a solution. Oakenhill pulls out like a big wineskin. Booze.
Booze.
I'm down. Crackle
I have
Tooth.
I have blackberry wine that's made from my home.
Blackberry?
Blackberry wine. That's the one.
I haven't had
If you
blackberry
don't like
in
blackberries, If you don't like blackberries, we are gonna fall out. I hate to say it.
I told myself that it would never come up, and so I'd never have to pick the spell. But now, do I wish I prepared detect poison?
Can Cass? Okay, can Cass test or like check to see if it's poison?
Medicine.
Like,
Crackletooth will be reaching for it. So
okay, I'll
you're
take
going
this.
to have to fight.
okay, yeah, I got a plus
Okay,
2. I'll
okay.
try it.
Yeah.
Oakenhill sees you guys aren't trusting it in the start. Oakenhill takes a sip from it first, and then hands it to somebody.
That will be
Um,
Crackletooth, and Crackletooth is taking a
There you
big
go.
stick.
Yeah.
Leave some for. I've got enough, but leave some for somebody else.
Doesn't affect Oakenhill at all. Not fully, that doesn't fully convince everybody because maybe there's some kind of antitoxin. Crackletooth drinks it. She's fine.
Yeah. I don't know how to tell you this. I don't know how to tell you this with any other party that might have worked if the party had not been the party that met fucking Nelra.
Mop will take a sip, thinking it's juice.
I made that myself. Okay, that's made from my village. Okay, so I had some spares.
GM, how do you think Mop reacts to any sip of alcohol?
It hurts. It just hurts.
No!
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Oh, do you want it?
Mop will
What?
politely take another sip.
Can you not drink?
You don't have to finish it, Mom. It's okay.
Is it the blackberry or the alcohol?
It's the part that makes my mouth feel like it's on fire.
Oh, it's the
That's
alcohol.
the alcohol
Oakenhill
one.
pulls out a
Not
smaller
that
one. Oakenhill pulls out a much smaller skin. That's just blackberry juice. There you go, buddy.
Mop down, please.
Mom can't see you just come out of a cold.
That's really good, by the way,
Mhm.
Mr. Oakenhill.
Thank you. It's my grandpa's recipe, which was his grandpa's recipe, which is a lot of grandpas.
Oh, yeah.
Is it like a family secret, or can you like?
Sort of, yeah. My plan is to make a business from it, but we're gonna see. I got a lot of money and I need to spend it somehow.
Okay. By the way, what are we doing?
Aren't you guys going to like an abbey or something? That's why I kind of joined you.
We're here, yeah. This is,
That makes sense.
and we're going to be here for at least a few days because we're going to train us, I guess, so that we will be ready enough to head into a temple that's more north ways, so that we
Sure.
won't die, I guess. They're worried about.
Is this
I
your
don't
first
know how
temple?
they go
Is
so
it-
fast.
Is this your first temple?
No. Hey, funny
No.
story.
Nah.
Cass just looks so tired. No.
Funny story, you see, we're actually in the Chained Legion because of the fact that we went to a temple. So, definitely not the first one.
Which
What was that about?
temple did you
Was
go to?
What was that about info dumping to strangers?
Yeah. Oh, God.
We're building the line. No, but it was the Temple of the Forgotten?
Forgotten
No,
temples,
Forgotten
not
Temples.
Temple of the Forgotten.
Two horribly different things, I'm afraid. No, yes, the Forgotten Temples, the ones with all the moons, and he gestures to his plate armor, he gestures to his plate armor, which is covered in moons. I think is what you mentioned, Dust.
Yeah. Oakenhill, you would remember that name because it was on the map when you guys were in the duchy.
You guys went to the duchy?
Oh god, no. Are you serious? I'm not going into that fucking place.
Oh, you don't have to worry about vampires, at least.
Cass blinks.
What do you
What's that?
mean? There are
There's-
vampires all over the place. What do you mean we don't have to worry about
there was. Press
Okay.
10.
What do you mean was?
Now it makes sense. Now I can tell this whole story. So I had a friend in an axe. Okay, I found this really cool axe of a lady that I think is a hag, but isn't a hag. Okay, long story. I bought an axe off them. It's called Hunger. I know that sounds trustworthy, right? That's a trustworthy name. They said it was cursed. I still bought it.
Oh.
It had eyes and stuff over it, and he pulls the axe off his back. So this was Hunger, sort of is, sort of isn't. It used to blink and stuff because it used to have a demon in it, or devil, or I can't remember which. So I got the axe. It talked to me a lot. Talked to me about filling him up with blood and stuff. that was kind of creepy. But eventually, one thing led to another. Me and my friends killed the Duke of the Duchy or something like that, the leader of the Duchy. I can't remember his name. Diviscardi or so. He was a real
What?
asshole. Killed him.
Oh.
I beheaded him with the axe. I wasn't meant to do that apparently, but we skip over that. My friend was really angry at me, like really angry.
Is any of this ringing any bells in anybody's area?
I think like
I know the name Diviscardi, but that's
So-
something
So
else.
O'Connell sees you confused. Like, so okay, in the Duchy, I'm info dumping here. I'm realizing that I'm info dumping. I like how-
okay.
Okay, so there is the Duchy you guys went to, right? Or you didn't go to? Or you did go to, whichever.
I went around.
You went around the Duchy. In the Duchy, there was lots of vampires, right? The head of the vampires, the big honcho. Yeah, we killed him. Which means no more vampires below him.
Oh wow.
So all the vampires are gone.
Oh,
So,
oh wow.
you caused vampire extinction.
That one, yeah.
That one, yeah.
Okay.
I
You-
think this is
to be-
such a
To be fair, he did give a really bad vibe. So
Oh,
there's such a dumbfounded expression on Koval's face that of all the
Oh.
people that he could look to in the room, he looks directly at Amaya and he's just like, he mouths, "What the fuck?"
I think when Open Heel says fucking you gave a really bad vibe, Cass is sitting trying to figure out if that's just the werewolf talking or if that's just a general statement.
Hey, that's a Twilight reference, baby. Let's go.
So the words
so-
really bad vibe, Craggletooth is just nodding along because she understands that. You know, people have really bad
he
vibes.
was okay. He had a rule that everyone had to die to become, so no one could overthrow him in any way, shape, or form or threaten him. Okay, that's an asshole move. Anyway,
Yeah, that's kind of like
so-
over. That's
so-
kind of a dick move.
I killed him with the axe. Yeah, and when I kill something with the axe, it kind of maybe sort of absorbs their soul or something.
Oh.
And because this dude was so powerful, it kind of, which I didn't realize could happen, filled up the axe. Now I thought that was gonna make like something really bad happen or really cool or something. Instead, a person came out the axe.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Whoever was in the axe came out of the axe. Apparently, I like cleansed it or something. So now I've got an axe that doesn't have a person in, and I'm trying to find out if the person's bad. So yeah, now I've got an empty axe that I'm pretty
Oh,
sure can
that's-
hold demons. I'm pretty sure this axe can hold demons or something. But I need to find out what the demon was and stuff, because that could be pretty bad, right?
Release
I'm
the
just like staring
demons.
at the axe.
Release the
I'm-
demons is very, very bad.
I agree.
To spike, like
But-
you just stare into Mop's eyes and just the most silent. Don't fucking say anything.
To be fair, at the time I couldn't really deal with him because we had to stop Asmundus from killing the world. So, you know.
Amaya's just sharing Kovacs what the actual fuck expression.
Mhm. There's a brief remembrance to those of you that remember Mop specifically, Nelra's thing of like, oh god, oh no, there's bodies, they're falling from the sky, there's so many bodies. At the mention of Asmundus.
Yeah, we had to deal with Asmund as I call him, which I think is more apt, as a Stinkus.
Whoa!
We had to deal with him.
That's pretty funny.
I can say that because now he's dead because we killed him. So
But I don't know who
You
any of
couldn't
these
say
people
that
are.
before?
No.
what, me killing Asmundus? Or me calling him as well, before he was kind of scary because he was a really powerful lich and kind of would appear randomly and threaten our lives.
Who are any of these people?
And he kind of tried to kill me. The one time I felt like a yo-yo. I kept bouncing. Anyway,
Mop
I'm
is gonna
O'Connell.
look.
Nice to meet you.
Mop is gonna look through the tome and see if there's any mention of any of these people.
Oh god, okay. Roll history with advantage. Holy shit, yes there is.
And while
Oh
you
god, yeah.
And hold on, while you're rolling with advantage, I'd like to put this in the VOD. Hey Dimitri, you're definitely listening to this at some point. I'm sorry that it's not lack of love and that we're just recapping things you already know from your session.
Mop, with a 16, you can't. There might be like a mention of Leduca, but it doesn't necessarily come up. However, you definitely see some things about someone known as, I believe, the Mummy King.
Oh.
And you see an alias for Azamundus in there as well.
Ugh.
Very powerful wizard, very powerful necromancer specifically. A lot of talk about him and needing to either suppress him, channel that power, something of the sort. Maldor was not someone who liked mages very much.
Oh yeah, he definitely
no.
didn't like
Yeah, I remember
Azamundus
that.
either.
Yeah, definitely a lot of shit in here about Azamundus and him being awful.
Oh wow!
What do you mean Mello didn't like mages?
Yeah, man.
Guys, I'm scared.
Okay, I thought you were Sam.
Yeah. As Krellian's computer is uncrashing, you all, you'll kind of share those moments, talk, understand the history of such.
There he goes.
But eventually you will have to go to bed. You'll have plenty more time to talk to him tomorrow morning.
I raised my hand, actually.
Yeah, what's up?
Could, whenever everyone is, like, heading to bed, I want Cass to sort of, like, stay out, to be, like, the last one to, like, vanish into a room, and then I want them to go looking for the lady that brought them here.
Absolutely. Everyone will kind of begin to go to sleep. Oakenheel will just kind of scratch his head, say something along the lines of, well, I can't find anybody while I'm tired, so... And he'll head off to sleep himself. Cassian, you will look out and about. You can't find them anywhere, and just as you're about to give up, you stumble across this, like, giant curtain in a wall. And as you just sort of, like, walk up and pull back the curtain to see what could be behind it, you see for a brief moment this mirror where you see your own reflection and there's something wrong with it, but before you can figure that out, you see somebody behind you. Very quickly you turn around, you see the person standing there. Their mirror mask,
Oh, fuck.
hands folded behind their back, looking down.
How tall are they?
Very tall. They are almost taller than
Massive.
Kovak. Yeah.
Oh, fuck me,
They are
okay.
very lanky.
They, like, jump back a wee bit when they see them.
You are not asleep yet. That is surprising. I did give you tonight to rest. Why are you out here?
I just wanted to talk, I guess.
Oh, well, I am
Are they trying
awake.
to count themselves?
They seem either oblivious, ignorant, or uncaring of the fact that you are stressed out. And they will say, oh, well, I am awake and you are awake, so we can talk. What is it you'd like to speak on?
They're like look around, make sure nobody else is in the room.
You don't see anybody?
Okay. That stuff you mentioned about me, I have questions. I don't really know who to ask about it. You seem to know.
Oh.
Some things.
I do know some things, that is true. Well,
Yeah.
what would you like to know?
I guess about what was it you said about me? Something trying to get out, I guess.
Yes, indeed. Many people's souls are different. Many people have others inside of themselves, versions of themselves, or sometimes, in very rare scenarios, other things altogether. And sometimes they want to leave, reasonably or not.
Right. So, could you tell me what's wrong with me?
They'll chuckle a bit. Wrong? What do you mean?
I don't know. I thought that maybe it was something, you know, just my mind playing tricks on me, but when you said that sort of stuff, it's got me worried now. Is there something trying to get out?
They kind of scratch their chin and say, "If I must be honest with you, Cassian, I'm hesitant to answer. These are things you will figure out in less than a little bit more than a day's time. Maybe 30 hours or so."
They look like really worried about that.
They'll pause and they'll actually, like, in a really bizarre way, because Cassian isn't short, but, like, they will, like, bend down slightly so that they can see you mostly eye to eye. As if, like, a parent reaching down to their child. And they will say, "I don't mean to scare you. The Mirror Temple is a place that requires great mental and physical fortitude to survive in. Also, I don't want you breaking anything. Anyways, you are going to need to train physically, which is what we will be doing tomorrow. Very minor things. But you will also need to train spiritually. You will need to confront, defeat, maybe talk, I do not know, to whatever it is that lies inside each of you, each and every one of you, not just you. I think if you're worried about whatever this is that is inside you, you need to confront it in some way, shape, or form. If you think it's awful, well, I suppose if you're correct, you could kill it, cull the poisonous branch from the wilting tree, or maybe you can talk to it, communicate.
I don't know if it wants to talk. They're gonna, like, pause for a moment, like, try to scramble for words, but then they realize that they don't really want to sugarcoat it. It wants to hurt people. It wants to hurt the group I'm with. I can't let it do that.
I see. I suppose then you'll have to figure out one of two things. How do you change its mind? And why is its mind there in the first place? But these are all thoughts that would do best in bed, I think. You have plenty of time to think about it tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
Sorry, I just...
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're fine. This is a difficult process that all the monks at the Abbey have to go through, but they are wanting this. They work for this. You all have been kind of shoved into it by the looks of it. But yes, you should get to bed. And they will stand up fully and begin to walk out. Do you leave, Cassian?
I'm really curious about that mirror that you mentioned, but I think Cass will, like, look to... It was a curtain you said that was covering it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cass will just look at it for a few moments, sort of, like, thinking about whether they want to look at it again. But then they sort of just figure that maybe they'll find out what that is, like, you know, like she said, so they're gonna just not really feel that much settled. But they will start heading off and they'll go try to get into bed without alerting anyone.
You will walk by the curtain, trying to put it out of mind, beginning to head off to bed. And what you will not see, but we will see, as the viewers of this entertainment, is you didn't quite fully close the curtain all the way after you had tried to peek the first time. And we see Cassian walk past it, and then a dark silhouette with several eyes running across its furry back, walking right behind them.
Fuck!
Yeah, you're cooked.
Oh boy.
And then...
Okay.
What the
You
dog
all,
doing?
you all will go to sleep with little to no sort of worry. Actually, Amaya, I won't describe it very much because it doesn't need much description, but roll a d100 for me. We're looking for low numbers here.
Okay.
Got this.
Be
I'm
strong.
assuming, I'm assuming
Got
Oaknell
this.
finds a suitable tree, right, Dust?
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's not very.
Oh,
And I will,
no.
And in that case, I will also very discreetly put the friendship bracelet around Oakenhill while he sleeps.
Oh, absolutely.
Oaknell is outside, sleep. When Oaknell sleeps, he goes outside, finds a tree, and he sets up a hammock, and he sleeps in there.
Yes, there is a wonderful cherry blossom tree. It's the other tree that Mop was referring to earlier in what's it called?
Perfect.
I Spy.
I Spy.
Yeah. You find 2 cherry blossom trees, rather hardy, rather old, that are able to hold you up just fine. Mop in the night will sneak up, put a bracelet around. When you wake up in a little, which we'll get to in a moment, you will feel it around your wrist. Amaya, I'm not going to describe it because you've already dreamed this dream, but you have a pretty bad dream. You dream of the chained up armor, the ruins, the bookshelves, the moon, the eye, growing closer and closer to the ocean. And then you will wake up, probably sweating, very not well rested.
I had a nickel.
Actually, make me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage. I just forgot. There's a thing I need to be doing for this.
I thought you
Oh,
were
no.
responding. I thought you were responding to Ellie, saying if I had a nickel, you're gonna be like, actually, you do have a nickel.
You do have a nickel, idiot.
Well, it was wisdom save with disadvantage.
Yes,
Okay.
you're pretty good at these, so I'm not too worried about it. 16 actually
God.
doesn't beat it.
Really?
Oh no.
When you
No.
wake up, you will take 3d6 psychic damage,
oh.
which is 11. I don't know why you're already wounded for 4. Additionally, I don't think this matters too much because you didn't do anything the previous day, but you gain no benefits from a long rest.
Okay.
Shit.
I didn't. That's. Hey, we didn't do anything the day before, so.
The only thing
it's
you
just...
did do was cast an extra divination, so you're 1/4 spell slot short.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
That's not so bad, yeah.
Would that be? Did I use the spell slot, or did I use the one use of divination per long rest?
You used
That
the
I-
one use in your dream the day before, like earlier that day, and then you used it again as you were on the
Right.
bridge.
I forgot. Okay.
One by one, all of you will wake up. You'll hear some knocks at your doors, with the Felcro walking out, trying to wake all of you up. Oakenheel, you will see a tall, almost, I think actually just as tall as you, about. No, they're just as tall as Kovak, so a little bit shorter than you. You'll see this person wearing this sort of nice, elegant garb with this mask on their face that is so polished it is reflective, and you can see your own reflection in it. And they will sort of tap you on the shoulder in your hammock.
Oh, he's like, "Boone, go away!" No. Oh, morning.
Good
Oh,
morning.
jeez. Let's. Oh, you can talk.
You
Monks that can
mistook-
talk. That's
you
pretty
mistook
groovy.
her for your boyfriend.
How can you only wish?
They will.
Oaknell climbs out of his hammock.
Mhm.
Morning.
Good morning. It seems we have an extra guest here.
Oh, I'm
I-
Oaknell. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you too. You'll see their head look over your shoulder for a second where the axe is resting, and they will say, I think we need to talk.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's always a 50-50 of really good and really bad.
It's a mix
I'm
of
gonna
both,
hope
I
for really
fear.
good. Oh, that's no fun. Okay.
Meet me on the training grounds with everyone else. We'll discuss it there.
Gotcha. Training grounds. Okay.
Indeed.
Really quick,
Mhm.
before the party go out to the training grounds, I want Cass to like stop them all in the hallway.
Do you stop Tenjara
Uh-huh.
as well?
No,
Okay.
Guess we'll just let Tanjara go on.
Yeah, get
Oh,
fucked.
get out of here! Get the fuck.
Get out of here!
Mm-hmm.
They're like wringing their hands together a wee bit. I need to say something before, we go on.
Oh no.
If that's okay.
Yes.
I don't know the sweet and short way to put it, but I'll just blurt out. I had a nightmare a few days ago now, and I saw something. And last night I didn't go straight to bed. I wanted to go talk to, the person who brought us here to ask about it. And I'm worried. Yeah, I'm worried that it's something dangerous. And I'm worried that it's gonna try and hurt you guys. And I didn't want to not say anything because I promised I wouldn't lie about things like this, especially when it comes to trust within the group.
Okay. I'm not scared of you, Cassian.
I mean,
I-
it's not like, I guess, prophetic dreams have been. What's the word that I'm looking for? It's not like we haven't had experience with that, and he kind of like gestures to Amaya as he says that. But it'll be okay. I'm thinking. We'll be vigilant, okay?
And like you, and you already know, but even if you do try to hurt me, I don't think you can really touch me. So
She can fly.
They sort of laugh a little bit,
I
but
can't fly.
they don't look any less worried. I don't think it's me that's the problem here.
The point still stands.
But you think it's something else. Okay, that's okay.
It kind of looked like me, but they sort of like stumble off their words a wee bit as they're like recalling what it looked like. And then they're gonna just like lift a hand, sort of like cover their mouth, and then drag it to the back of their neck and sort of just look really anxious.
Cassian,
Yeah.
we have been on the road for months. You have helped me with my own problems. You helped me kill 2 people that very much deserved it. I think the very least that I can do is help you with this. So if there's anything I can do, just let me know. But just know that you're not alone. Okay, we're all here for you. I know I am, at least. We're in this together. We'll make it through together.
Sort of like staring like past everyone, like down the hallway as Kovac is saying this.
Mm-hmm.
There's like I think their eye twitches slightly, but it's not like in annoyance or anything. It's like they're remembering something.
Mm-hmm.
And they open their mouth to talk, and then they just close it, and they just give like a little nod. Okay.
Yes, it's all right. We'll see what they have to say. We'll see what happens today, and whatever happens, thank you for at least. Thanks for saying something. Thanks for telling us. So we'll be aware.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He gives him a reassuring pat on the shoulder.
And so
Cass will like
Mhm.
reach up and like pat his arm and then start walking.
Yippee!
Yeah.
They're friends, Your Honor.
Mhm.
Yippee!
And so we will
Marshall buddies!
move from there. You all will get to the training grounds. It's a small space outside, a little bit raised, various racks of martial weaponry, Nothing too, you know, a variety of weapons. There's some whips, some daggers, some swords, mainly quarterstaffs. But immediately, I don't have a map for this, by the way. There is a weird stand on the opposite side of the training grounds that has this really bizarre imagery to it that seems almost eerie. And as the 6 of you, and by 6 of you I mean you 5 and Tanjara, enter the training grounds, you all see Oakenheel and the Felkra talking to one another on the other side. And you will begin to hear the conversation as the Felkra says, Oakenheel, what you have brought is a vessel of some kind.
Ooh.
This place was ravaged back in the day by a beast known as Sorenklex, a dragon, one that wished to kill all of us, or at the very least, rule over us. They were sealed away, but we needed a backup plan, and so we made this. It was an axe meant to trap a demon, and that it did. And the demon was meant to fight for us in the worst possible scenario. And it seems
Oh no.
you've let the demon out.
Yeah, I kind. Okay. Whoops. Firstly.
It is fine. In all fairness, it shouldn't have left our grasp to begin with. We don't even know
I was
how
gonna
that
ask about
happened.
that, but can I? What did you put in the axe in the first place?
A demon? Something filled with a very deep desire to consume, to destroy.
Yeah, I got that.
We
Yeah, I got
channeled
that.
its power. Its name is lost to me. This was generations ago, unfortunately. But some way, shape, or form, it left our grasps and made its way to you. Judging by what you've
Yep.
told me, I don't believe you're the one that stole it. So
No, I bought it for a lot of gold.
Oh, that's... They seem irritated by that, not at you, just at the fact that it was sold for money.
It was like I think it was like 2,000 gold, something like that.
Oh, well.
Oh,
I suppose it's good to know that the lives of everyone in this secluded valley has a price tag. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude to you.
No,
This-
you're right. I should have read the room and I didn't.
No, you're fine. Given the information you were provided, you actually did quite well.
I didn't mean to release the demon, to be fair, but in doing so, I did get rid of something else that was really bad. I hurt a lot of other people, so you know.
Well, a balance then, I suppose.
Yeah.
That is fine. Thank you for bringing this
Um,
back to me. I don't
see.
necessarily have a use for it much anymore, but I suppose we'll have to see.
I guess so. Gotta fight a demon now, but dang it.
They will turn around to the rest of you, and they will say, well, I suppose it's time for the physical training. And this is where I kind of step back as a DM and tell you all that this is a bit of a roleplay bit. This will go as long as you want it to go. It can go really quick because we have another bit planned for today. Or it can go really slow depending on what you do. So use this training time as you wish, and when we are done, we are done.
guys, we got our training episode.
Yeah.
Training montage?
Training
Yeah,
montage.
Training montage.
Yeah. Mob tries to do a push-up. Mob tries to do one push-up, throws up, and passes out.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's a self-guided training thing. They like the focus,
sorry.
not like telling us. You have to do.
We're gonna roll the punch Kova.
They're probably guiding you here and there.
I'm joking.
I think that there is one planned thing that I have, which I can get to kind of like push you guys forward a little bit.
Okay.
Which is at some point or another, the Felker will actually come up to you, Amaya, and will say, "You are quite skilled in your craft, but how do I put this? You have a very heightened sense on how to use your metaphorical knife, so to speak. But I fear your knife is terribly dull. It might be wise to change things a bit. Is there anything you might be interested in learning, my friend? I imagine me and your other, they'll kind of turn their head looking to Kovak in the background. Compatriots might want to assist you in learning such things?
And in the background, Kovak's teaching like Mop. Kovak's teaching Mop how to like give people like a Birmingham special with like a knife. He's like, yeah. So you're gonna hold it like this, and then you go to just like doing that in the background.
And I think Craggletooth is like critiquing it specifically with Mop. It's like, okay, but that doesn't work when you're small. Okay, so Mop, what you want to do when you're this size, and she'll like take the knife and
Okay, back to Maya.
Yeah, I would love to be a bit more proficient with some sort of blade. I don't exactly. Let's just put it this way: if I run out of spells, I don't be out of options. You know.
Understandable. We have a few options you can choose from: dagger, rapier, whip. Do you have anything of interest?
Do you guys have a rapier?
They'll nod.
I will try out a rapier.
Very well. I will hand you a rapier.
I've tried. I'm trying to be so like stoic about this, but I'm so giddy. I never roleplayed with a rapier before.
Yeah.
And they will kind of like guide you through the basic motions of like how to use a rapier, and all of you can kind of see Amaya going through this. You actually are already proficient in rapiers, which does hint. Yeah, you're already proficient.
I didn't
Which
know that.
does hint at some previous experience in this. Maybe something Josiah or maybe members of the church used to teach you to defend yourself in a pinch. You know, you didn't always have divine magic at your disposal.
Yeah.
And you're not doing too terribly bad. And make an attack roll for me. We'll base this for how good you're doing overall. Oh, I almost forgot. I need to change the music to something a bit more uppity.
Okay, so here's my dilemma, Dust. I'm gonna need you to just baby steps with me. I've only played spellcasters.
Absolutely.
So what would I roll?
On the actions tab where all your spells are, at the top of the screen, you'll see next to rapier, there is a little brown sword that says attack +6. Drag that sword into the side chat. I actually think you can also just click it.
You have a +6?
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
17. You are not doing a bad job. You understand the basic movements. There are some hacks and slashes here and there. Your instinct is at first to do what your spiritual thing did, which was a giant golden mace. And so there are a few instances in which you slash rather than pierce. But like, you're doing okay. Like, you're not doing awful. And I think that there is a moment, I will say, from Kovak where you can actually see Amaya doing this. She's not awful at it.
He's completely fucking starstruck. He's like, holy shit. You know, just completely fucking, he just wants you. It's just like he hasn't seen her do so much as a bit of heavy lifting, right? So to see her be able to like, to not do heavy lifting, but to instead be so finesse, or to have so much finesse and be so dexterous is like, it makes sense to him, and it's very impressive. He's not that dexterous. Let's put it that way.
And yeah.
Let's go.
Amaya looks incredibly focused right now, because I think they've been traveling for months, and I think even before then, Amaya's studies have mainly been regarding spiritual magics and some on history and stuff. she's only really trained physically, of the bare minimum, to at the very least defend herself. So
Mm-hmm.
she's doing not bad, not her best, or at least to not a level that she wants, but she's just focused right now, like, okay, this isn't my mace. Don't accidentally hit Mop. She's kind of having a hard time right now.
There is probably like just one moment where you hit somebody with a rapier. You don't stab them with it. You just like hit them like on the head, and there's like a boing 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 sound as it does so. But yeah,
It's a piercing weapon, slashing one. Thank God.
but yeah, you're not doing bad. And I think near the end of like maybe when you're tired, taking a break, the Felcro will say, "You seem to have gotten onto that quite quickly. You know, you can keep it if you'd like. We have plenty here."
Really? But
Yes, it's just a simple rapier.
thank you. If you do not mind, then I would love to have something more than just a dagger.
I was gonna say, if Amaya is a conscientious objector to taking it, I do have a rapier that I can just give
Do you have like
Um,
3?
I sold 3 of them. No, I had 4. I took all 4. I sold 3. I kept 1.
Was it?
You had one. That's so funny.
Where did you get 4 rapiers from? Was it from Nora?
Yeah. no,
Yeah,
he-
We had to decide,
Right.
otherwise he was gonna just break out and kill us.
He had like
Nora had 4 rapiers?
he had so many weapons on him.
I
Yes.
want you to know.
How the
I want
fuck
you to
did he
know that,
carry
like-
him?
Yeah, exactly.
They're retractable.
Like,
You can
well,
push them like a
swords
plastic
so bad.
lightsabers in on each other.
It started so bad. I was about to say rapier has 4 Nelros.
Yeah.
Complete accident.
No, but yeah, I mean, if Amaya is a conscientious objector to taking things from these people, then just understand there is a backup, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think after offering, she'll ask, and if they insist, then she'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm taking this."
Win.
Yeah.
Big win.
You will get the rapier. I'm not gonna take it away from your inventory because it's already there. And yeah,
Yeah.
you will do that. You will practice as much as you'd like. You can still interact with everybody else, of course, but that's your little thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will move over because I see you both talking to Cassian
What?
and
What?
Oakenheel.
Hey.
Are you two sparring together?
Oakenhill has taken off his armor, and he's just in his normal clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably comes up to Cassian to see if he wants to. And yeah.
So like
Sure.
sparring is in just like weapon sparring, or does
Oh, no,
Oakenhill,
no,
like,
no,
openly-
Oakenhill's gonna go, okay, am I gonna change first or are you gonna change first? It's just, never really
That's
fought
sort of
another.
like
I fought a few werewolves, but not friendly werewolves.
change.
You gotta practice all your forms.
Oh,
Okay.
they're gonna like look around, like who all is standing in the room other than the party?
Just us
guessing-
and the Felcro, I think.
And Tenjara.
Yeah.
Tenjara is also here.
Tenjara.
And Tendra.
Oh,
And Cass will
I'm not
like
sure about
lower.
that.
They're gonna lower their voice a wee bit. Just look to Oakenhill. I don't really use my other forms when there's other people.
Oh, you're okay. Oh, can I ask why?
Well, I have 2 other forms. I don't like to use one because I don't want to scare people. I don't like to use the other one in case I hurt someone.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
How often do you hurt someone?
Well, not that often. I don't use it enough.
So you don't? Huh. I thought we work differently. That's all. You're still
Yeah, I
afraid
never-
of your other half, right?
Yeah, I never figured out how I got this way.
Have you always been like that?
not always. They're gonna like try and like remember something. The memory gets foggy. I just woke up one day like this. I don't really want to get into it a whole bunch,
No,
but
no,
I
I'm not gonna
yeah.
I'm not gonna force
Yeah.
anything.
I don't suffer from it the same way I used to, but if I get really angry, I
Yeah.
they like lower their voice a wee bit. I take bloodlusts, which is why I don't use the other form.
You understand. Trust me,
yeah.
if anyone understands, I understand.
I think Cass is gonna like realize that they haven't like had a talk with like another like proper werewolf like in their entire like life and afterlife. So they feel like really
This is weird being usually I'm in your position, okay? Usually I'm the scared one, okay? But I had a boon, okay? And he told me a really good thing. A really thing that helped me a lot. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be terrified of whatever's going on in there. The things you can do are scary, but you can help people with them. Ignoring them isn't going to help the situation. If anything, it makes it worse.
their like brows will furrow a wee bit and their gaze will fall as they like mull over those words. But what if I do end up hurting someone?
You just told your whole you've had the conversation with the party, right? Where you've said, I could hurt you, right? You've had that conversation.
You have.
Yeah, but you're you're like similar to me. I guess that's why I felt comfortable telling you.
Yeah. No. When you told your party that you could hurt them because of your werewolf stuff, what did they say?
Yeah. Well, Cracklefoof told me I wouldn't be able to hit her.
Yep. They all understood and said, the nicest way to put it is we don't care. We're still going to be there, right?
I only really told Kovac about the bloodlust stuff. I don't think I had a chance to tell everyone else, but
they all know the risk. They've probably dealt with you for long enough. The things you guys have most likely fought. If you guys are here, and he looks to this spooky ass fucking place.
Mm-hmm.
The things you fought, I think your friends can handle it.
Build one hag, we're gonna make it two, baby, let's go!
yeah,
Trust me. When I first had my incident, is the best way to put it. I hurt a lot of people. I was terrified. But then I met friends. And he like points to your friends. I met friends. And now I help people. Even with that part of me. I'm never gonna. I won't force you to practice your werewolf stuff. I can just fight you normally. But in a sticky situation, you can help.
sort of like nod a little bit. Their brows furrow. Like nervously look to Tanjarin and the Fulcra. They're gonna assume that they know about it, but they know that Tanjara doesn't. And then they're gonna look back to Oakenheel, wring their hands together.
Roll luck check for you, one moment. Well, that's on the higher end. Tanjara is currently not participating in any of the physical challenges because she doesn't feel like she needs to. She is instead in the corner, distracted by her own things. She is not looking at you.
Okay. Gonna look back to Oakenheel. you think I could just use the wolf form? I don't really want to use the other one.
Sure.
At least not.
I've not met someone with 2 different forms, so I'm up for discovering. Yeah, and Oakneal will.
Okay.
Seeing he's nervous, Oakneal will shift first, and will shift into a werewolf form. As he grows a little bit, and all his features become wolfen. He still smiles. He still has a massive grin. Yes, it looks more menacing because he's a wolf. He still grins.
So does he have like a wolf form, or is it like a wolf man?
It's still basically Oakneal. Just his features become more wolfen. I never went into much detail of it, to be fair.
Fair enough.
Because I do the lycanthropy, blood hunt and stuff, so not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, that makes sense. Then Cass will take like a good few like steps back, sort of like shake their hands a bit, and then they're gonna shift to the wolf form.
Yeah.
It's just like a giant, like spectral, like ghost wolf.
Yeah, rather than like a sort of monstrous humanoid wolf person, you watch as Cassian moves very like it's not even as grotesque as like, you know, for lack of a better phrase, for Oakneal's transformation.
Yeah, it's not nice. No, you're right.
It's more or less just like a smooth transformation from a humanoid into basically like a big old dire wolf is what it looks like.
Oakneal's head like tilts to the side in like surprise, and you know, shakes his head and like stretches all of himself and gets ready to basically spar. Oakneal won't kill him, don't worry.
Oh yeah.
But he'll test him out and stuff. And yeah.
Yippee!
Go ahead. So you guys are sparring now?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Both of you guys roll athletics for me. If I remember Oakneal, you have like a +10 or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, wolf level 15.
I'm in my wolf form, I get advantage as well.
Oh yeah. That's right, I forgot about that. Oh my oh right, no, right, you get a +10. You get a +10, that's right. They're at 29, not at 19.
Level 8 fucking curve stomps a level 15.
They're that'd be really funny. They're
be hilarious.
You two are just sort of like bouncing back and forth with each other, grabbing, gnawing, biting, hacking, slashing. Nothing to hurt too much, of course.
Yeah, of course. Oakneal will start giving pointers when he sees certain things. But yeah.
And Cassian, if you ever talk to Oakneal, of course you can't talk as a wolf, but you have telepathy.
I do.
So you'll just hear a little voice in your head, Oakneal.
What? Oh, okay. I'm gonna warn a guy next time, jeez.
Still one of my favorite jokes in
head
Bloody
lowers.
Hunters. Like, I'm talking in your head. Stop, what?
That's like lowers their head, their ears droop, and Oakneal just hears, sorry.
You're okay. Fraud.
Yeah.
And yeah, and just training session bit, and yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
It's, I think Cassian's doing, like, a surprisingly good job, Oakneal. At least in comparison to you. Rather impressed.
Yeah, awesome.
Yippee!
And so, I open up to the remaining bits of you three. Do Kraggletooth, Kovak, or Mops do anything, or are they just doing the good old, practicing their magic and melee?
I mean, I like to think that Kovak is making good on his promise from how many sessions ago? Whatever, doesn't matter. And is trying to teach Mop how to, like, use weapons that are more suited to them. So, like, the lighter ones, the smaller ones. Obviously not going to give them a fucking glaive or a maul, because they would just topple over.
I can't pick it up.
And, you know, just sort of teaching them how to use that sort of stuff a bit better, more effectively, what it would, like, what the situations would look like where they're best used, with him, like, pretending to be an aggressor. Like that sort of physical training. Basically just telling Mop that, you know, she can be as real about it as she wants. Like, she can full-on swing that dagger because he's confident enough that his armor will, you know, it'll be able to stop most of it or block it, and if it doesn't, he could literally just fix it himself. But yeah, just mainly focusing on Mop. He doesn't feel like he needs to tell Craggletooth the fucking thing because
Oh, yeah.
Craggletooth knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
You look over to
Um,
Craggletooth, and there's 6 bullet-shaped holes in a dummy.
Craggletooth
Oh, yeah.
does that. I shared a video of it at some point in Unchained way back when, like a year ago now. But it's like those videos of the quick draw competitions where people
Yes.
hold a revolver and they fire 6 shots as quickly as you can blink. And
Yeah.
I just like to think that that's Craggletooth.
It's like you look over and the dummy's like normal, it's fine. And then you blink and there's six, and you hear like shots, and all of a sudden there's 6 holes. And Craggletooth's like swinging the pistol around like a finger. It's a little oversized, and so halfway through she kind of like fumbles it and goes and like narrowly catches it, and then goes back to swinging it around like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, he's not worried about Herb, so he'll mainly focus on, teaching Mop, and then whenever Mop decides that they've had enough or that they want to try it on their own or whatever, he'll hone his own things. I think what he'll try to do is get used to having, because he's been used to having reach with weapons, with like pole-ons or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
He's not used to the reach of like something that's more fluid in movement, like a chain or a whip.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of getting used to the idea of using the chain as a whip, basically. How to spin it to gain the most momentum, how he can sort of curve it when he like throws it out and catches it to like to whip things from a distance. Just practicing that, more precision than anything. Because he's strong, he is not precise.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, Kofak.
Persuasion?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get something here. That's very
I'm gonna use
good.
a luck point. I want to
Go
see if I
for
can
it.
get higher than this.
Absolutely.
I saw that 20 for a brief second, but that's okay. I'll take
It's
the 19.
Yeah. Mop. This training is actually going quite well. You've had a dagger for a while. In fact, you almost tried to stab someone way back when with it when you got possessed.
Yeah.
It was a Maya.
But you've never really used your dagger that much. This is really helping. Your physical abilities can't necessarily be, just magically improved, but you understand how a dagger works far better than you did before. The next time that you use a dagger for anything, you're going to add a D12 inspiration to it.
Wow.
Anytime you use a dagger.
One time.
Okay, that's still a win though. 1d12, huge.
Yeah, you will get an extra D12 to whatever you roll.
Win.
I'm actually, you know what? I take that back. 2d6. Only because 1d12 is frightening because you can either get a really crazy high number or a fucking 1, and that's super unsatisfying. So 2d6.
A minimum of 2 this time and a maximum of 12.
Yeah. And that will add to both your damage, both your attack and damage roll. Or if it's a different thing altogether, we'll have to just, figure it out as we go.
Mop is having the mental struggle of trying to figure out if they can handle using that knife.
Yeah.
She's sitting there and she's just kind of staring at it for a while.
Yeah, no, I think Koa kind of can realize that, so he's not gonna impose himself or anything. If Mott wants to talk about it with him, she can do that on her own time, but he realizes that he's obviously lived a very different life, and that killing comes very easy to him. And that Mop is Mop. He, isn't going to be in any way, shape, or form judgmental. But yeah.
Absolutely. Lastly, Craggletooth. I think that you're just doing good, frankly. You are good with a pistol. You are good with your spells. Actually, roll me a d20 plus charisma, so plus 5.
I'll just make a charisma.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
saw,
saw
the
that 17.
It was so close.
You are like so skilled at like your magic and your shooting that more monks are having to come in to replace the dummies because they are running out. Like every now and again, you'll just look over whoever's looking at Craggletooth, and you'll just see a stick with some straw sticking out the bottom of it, and charred black smoke spinning in the air where a dummy once was. Fire spells.
She's so goated.
Don't get me in close quarters. I'm not. That's not my. Not my.
Oh yeah.
Not what I'm not what I'm supposed to do.
But I think that there is with a 15, there's a moment. You know, you're getting really into this. You're having fun. You cast a spell out, and you get like the impression that it is going to miss in some way, shape, or form. Do you use a sorcery point here?
I think I will.
Okay. You don't have to mark it because you're gonna take a long rest like right after this, so don't worry.
Okay.
But as like the spell is about to like leave your fingertips, you can tell it's about to miss. You feel a soft, wrinkled hand lightly touch your own and just move it a little bit in the right direction. And as you go to look at it and see what it is, it's not there anymore, and the spell fires off, and it hits.
She's gonna look at her hand with a really confused expression and kind of like shake off the feeling of the hand, and then kind of like that's immediate, and then she'll glance up to see that it hit and kind of shrug a little self-satisfied to herself. But and then of course kind of clear the feeling with shooting another bolt or two, but
Absolutely. Yeah.
Slightly unnerved.
Yeah. And after that, are they hungry? Food. Sorry, coffee in the chat. After that,
Hi, coffee.
Hi, Coffee! Hi, Coffee!
Hi.
After that, the Felcro will congratulate you all. You'll have some brief conversations. I am going to speed along a little bit as the day will come to an end. You will eat, you will drink, and you will go to sleep. And you will wake up the next morning. Before we get into what happens the next day, Amaya, I need you to make another wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh, damn. Okay, right into it.
That is another failure.
What?
Oh no!
This is such a stupid question. I know the answer. She's not within 10 feet of Kovok.
Oh, that's actually interesting. I did say you guys had separate rooms, so I don't think in this case she is.
Well, no.
I guess it could go through a wall. You know what? I like that idea. Roll a d20 if you can get a 15 or higher.
Okay.
Yeah. We will say that you were lucky enough to be sleeping on like the opposite wall of each other.
Whoa.
No, unfortunate.
Oh.
That is a failure. You will wake up. You know, you'll heal the HP you took yesterday, but actually no, you won't. You don't gain the benefits of a long rest. I just remembered.
Did she have a short rest yesterday?
We could say you had a short rest. That makes sense. Then you will be wounded for 13. And you will take no benefits of a long rest. Do you think there's any spells that you used yesterday? I understand if no, but I'm gonna ask in case you want to get rid of anything.
Probably not, considering that it was a very day.
Sure, that's fair.
Amaya got into the rhythm of using a rapier, and then she just kind of hyper-fixated on that, unfortunately.
Yeah. You will have that dream again. But make a perception check for me. You rolled higher on this one, so I'll throw you a bit of a bone.
Okay. Sorry, you'll have to give me a second.
Yeah.
This is fun shot.
18.
Oh, thank God! I saw that one.
Roll stealth check for them, because they do want to stay hidden. I don't actually think that that is higher than an 18, because stealth is not something they've specialized in. Just barely. I think it's a meets it beats it, actually. Your 18 meets their 18. You see a silhouette that has probably been there before, but you weren't able to see it just because of how bright the moon is and how stark they are. You see in the wind, the flowing white hair and the waving robes of Josiah standing under the eyeball moon, staring at you the entire dream.
What the fuck, man?
Oh.
What the actual hell, dude?
And you will wake up again with no benefits of a long rest. You are getting very tired.
Yeah.
And so, we push onwards a little bit more throughout the day. You all will be ushered along. You're going down a hallway altogether. All of you, including Oakenheel and Tenjara.
Yippee!
Felkra is guiding you. You know where this is, Cassian, because you were here a day ago.
Oh.
As I need to change the music. It should not be this uppity anymore. Be quiet. We're going to cinema piano.
As you change the music, Oakenhill will go to Amaya and basically, I can tell when someone has bad dreams. This will help. And he gives you like a few different, like a bundle of different. You open up as different berries and stuff. It will help with the tiredness and stuff. Just eat them throughout the day.
Oh. Am I appear? What's in that bundle specifically?
It's just a bunch of different berries that you've probably not seen before.
I'll be right back. Roleplay.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of different. Basically, it's a bunch of different berries from the Sirwood. That Oakenhill carries around with him because he had bad dreams. He has bad dreams. Just different ones that give energy, some painkillers, that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
cool.
Where did you get these, Oakenhill? I don't actually see these around.
Those are from my grandpa's garden.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of berries that grow in the Sirwood because, how to put it nicely, everything tries to kill you in the Sirwood. So it kind of creates an environment of random things are made to survive. Sirwood is really awful. There's like spiders that melt your face and everything. Anyway, I'll skip over that. Yeah, that was with my grandpa's. He has a whole berry garden of different berries and stuff, and he's known of my condition for a while. So my condition comes with really fun dreams. Really fun. Really
Well,
fun.
you and I have something in common. I'm a divinist, so a lot of visions for me come at night. Unfortunately, these last few nights have not been the kindest.
Yeah, they're not fun. Obviously, I don't know what your dreams are about, but yeah, those will help at least with the tiredness and stuff. If your head's hurting, the purple ones are good for that. But then there's also just normal blackberries in there because the purple ones taste awful. So you eat them with the blackberries and it's a bit better.
Got it. All right. She's gonna pop two another time. She's gonna pop. And then she's gonna pop in the purple one as well, and she's gonna cringe for a second, but then the sweetness, kind of bitterness-ish, takes over, and it tastes a lot better. It's gonna be a shame when these run out. I appreciate the gesture a lot. Thank you, Oakenhill.
Of course.
You'll have to forgive my apprehensiveness when I first met you. You know, I don't exactly take too kindly to my friend riding on strangers' backs.
I get you. Strangers in a place like this would be
Different.
weird. It's weird.
I'm not close enough to hear that, by the
Nope,
way.
not in the slightest.
No matter
Like
what scenario I deal with Shasta in there, a ball of chaos. No matter what.
I have returned, by the way.
Man, Oakenhill is cool. Hey.
I love Oakenhill.
Oakenhill, you want to play Patty
Oakenhill is
Cake?
great.
I don't want to be an asshole to Oakenhill anymore.
Oakenhill, you want to play? You want to play Patty
Oakenhill, we'll
Cake?
miss
Oakenhill,
you.
What was that?
you want to play Patty Cake?
I can try, but how do I say this? Your hands are a little small.
Oh, it's alright. They
I'll
do
try.
one. They do one pass of patty cake, and he fucking punts the shit out of her.
Oh, nobody knows.
He slides
I'm
to
too
the next
good.
room.
I'm too
And
good
she
at
falls
patty
off.
cake.
She falls off the couch. Yeah.
Sorry,
So funny.
I'm at home. I'm a pro at patty cake. I should have warned you.
Mop's gonna lock in. She's gonna use all the strength she's ever had to play patty cake with him.
You got this, Mop.
All right,
Got
both
this.
of you make athletics checks.
Okay.
I'm not a werewolf, Foz. I don't get advantage at least.
Don't worry, you won't need it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
All right, that's a 28 and that's a 12. You go to patty cake. You both clap your hands together, and there's a brief moment, Mop, where you feel the wind of Oakenheel's hands clapping together move past your face, and then they hit your hands, and you are knocked backwards.
Wow!
Um,
That was so much fun!
Would you had fun from that? I thought I broke you.
Let's do it again!
No.
Mop is very
Just-
stubborn when it comes to that.
Just go on my shoulders for now. I think we're going to go see something, bud.
Okay! And let's go see shit.
Yeah.
Let's go see shit.
As the Felker's guiding you, they will say, "This is going to be significantly harder than yesterday. You all are well skilled in your crafts, that I am certain of. And from what I've seen, all of you, even you," they say looking at Oakenhill, "have taken a look at yourself and had to retrospect in a physical space. This is going to be different. It's going to be harder, but I'm sure you can do it." They will walk up to the curtain, Cassian. They will pull a rope and the curtain will draw, and there will be a massive mirror in front of you. And after the curtains fully draw, a line will appear down the center of the mirror. It will split open, and it will open into a chamber.
Oh no!
And as they walk in, and I'm assuming you all follow, I am going to put you all on the only map. There isn't
We
necessarily
have a map.
going to be a combat here, but I figure it would be nice to put you in a room where you can actually physically see each other.
It's a
Oh, hi.
chamber. It's full of secrets. It's a chamber of secrets.
Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, that's what the character looks like. That's cool.
I needed to. I did not make this map. If that wasn't obvious by the watermark in the top one.
Oh, that's such a cool looking room. Oh, it looks familiar.
Shout out.
Let me put Mop and Oakenheel in here, as well as Argyle, because he's probably here too. Why
I
wouldn't
think.
he?
Alright, guys. Time to go into Only Martyrs Know. Let's go. 2 for 2.
Let's
no.
go!
No,
Yay!
all of you are gonna see this one.
Well, there's a lot of mirrors.
The Flecker will chuckle, and will turn to you, Oakenheel, and say, "Can you come here, friend?"
Sure. Yeah, okay, I'll go forward.
Oh, got you. I'll move you then.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. And they will sort of grab your hand and guide you to the center of the room. And they will say, "This is going to be a retrospective. I have been able to see things into you, into each and every one of you in your time here, and I understand you. It's time for you to understand yourself."
We would.
And
Like-
as they hold your hand, these opaque mirrors will begin to lose their opaqueness, and you will start to see in them.
I think your mirrors are broken.
I assure you, they are not broken.
Sorry, when I'm scared, I go to humor.
Oh, you're fine. There's no worry here, I promise. And as these mirrors become less opaque, you don't just see yourself in them, you see memories. Some that you don't quite remember because they look a little different from a different perspective, but you're certain happened. And they will say, Oakenheel, your soul is something that has been battered and bruised many times. Whether it be through curse, heartbreak, or death. And yet, and they will motion to one of the landscape mirrors in the room, and you will see the picture that was painted of you in front of Manor Black with everybody there. They will say, and yet, you've come out stronger because of it. You are an example, a prime example of what this abbey, what this monastery stands for.
Ooh.
And so, I ask you as the DM, and this is a question. I will ask each of you this question, so be prepared for that. I'll also put it in the side chat so you remember. What is a moment of personal error? We'll go one at a time. What is a moment of personal error in Oakenheel's life?
Probably, this because of what's best. Will be when he destroyed the artifact that caused his lycanthropy. It's the place where we destroyed it. Dusty, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He destroyed an artifact that basically caused lycanthropy, and now there is shards that is stuck inside him which causes lycanthropy. And it was basically him being reckless and him being young, and yeah.
All of you will look on the mirrors and see from a first-person perspective a artifact in the center of a large dome-like room. People are around, reaching out, some trying to stop him because they don't agree with what he's doing. You see an older Furbolg reaching out to stop him for other reasons altogether, out of fear, desperation, to help. You watch as this thing is destroyed, shards of it fly everywhere, and as one flies directly towards you, you topple over. And all of you see something that none of you quite recognize except for Cassian, and of course Oakenheel, if that wasn't obvious. As lycanthropy set in for the first time, looking at his hands, covered in fur and claws, sharp as nails. And then it goes opaque. What is a moment of pain?
By pain, do you mean like...
It could be physical.
Physical or like emotional one?
It could be either, or it could be both.
Best one for this kind of thing would be, you see, there's kind of a similar version to what you saw in the first version of Oakenheel, but as a werewolf. How to say this nicely? Killing a village, basically.
Memory will continue.
Clearly out of control, clearly feral, of innocent people, him slashing and everything, and yeah.
It will continue, the memory. Blackouts will happen, villages, blood on your claws, and the only point in where there's a pause, maybe this is where it stops, is where all of you see an Elder Furbolg, that same one from before, holding a dagger, dripping with silver, terrified, scared. And only then does that memory begin to fade. And then as this is... Please.
Is Oakenheel seeing this from the perspective of inside the mirror or from the outside?
It could be either. I think that there are some where it's like from your first person perspective in the mirror. I think there are a few where it's on the outside as well.
You definitely see, especially the second one, Oakenheel is definitely crying. He's not like full-on collapse, but he's definitely...
And Felkra will put a hand on your shoulder and say, "You've lived a difficult life. And yet." And I'll let you choose a specific one, but I'm going to move between a few for a moment. We see from your perspective now, you have your sending stone in hand. You talk, and you see that older man again, all of you in the mirrors, except he's even older than before. And he's smiling. He's happy. We see Oakenheel drinking at the table with this old man. We see other Furbolgs around him. It seems kinder. But Oakenheel, what do you have for your moment of resolution?
It's the moment you see Oakenheel in a massive crowd of people, as random people that you'd not recognize, but all the bloody hunters, all people, as they're all hugging at the end of the campaign.
A wonderful tavern, motifs of fire and dragons lining the walls. People none of you have ever seen, though Kovak, you do recognize a Garish in there.
Yeah, the Garish, let's go.
All of them hugging. And the Felcro will reach out a hand to you, Oakenheel, and say, "You've done a wonderful job.
Thanks.
Please, take a rest."
Yeah.
And they
That's a lot. That's kind of,
they will nod. And they'll begin to guide you over. And then... oh, you're locked. I'm a fucking idiot.
I
There
want
you
to be
go.
free.
Reyes.
And then, as you sort of go back, composing yourself, Felcro will look over to you, Mop. Did you want to say something, Oakenheel?
I'm gonna have to dip. So you use Oakenheel as ever you need, Dust.
Oh,
but I'm gonna
absolutely.
have to dip, I'm afraid.
Thank you
Bye,
very
Greg.
much for joining us, Krellian.
Of course.
Bye. Thank you.
Giving me a chance to play my goober again, so I'll take it.
Of course.
Yeah, you guys have fun. See you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to
I miss him already.
delete that.
When we
Wonderful.
return.
As he sort of comes back, he wipes his eyes, but he smiles. And then the Fleckra will look over to you, Mop, and hold out a hand.
And Mop will walk forward.
Argyle will also come because it's Argyle.
Oh, yeah.
And they will move you over here to the center. And as you step in, the mirrors, once opaque, will begin to glow once again with memories of the past, desires, many different things. It seems to be different for each person. The Flecker will look at you, your visage reflecting in their mask, and they will say, "Your soul has never gone through physical torment. You haven't been killed, nor has it been destroyed, shattered by magical means. And yet, emotionally, there's a lot there. You all will see memories of Mop wearing perhaps a bit more extravagant clothing, but in not so extravagant positions. There are many chores that are being done, the most common of which is Mop holding a mop that is about 2 times her size. She can barely hold it, and trying to clean the floor. And I'll continue with my bits as we go. Do you have one of personal error?
Mop's biggest regret, or at least, what she thinks maybe her biggest personal error was leaving Sudal in charge of, going to Dacia, hearing that she could make money working for a noble family.
Mm-hmm.
If not, working off at least a debt that she owed for them.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And that is perfect. You will see as you wave goodbye to your mother, your family. They're clearly concerned. They've tried to stop you. All of you see this. There's a moment as you reach out for the doorknob, a second of hesitation that maybe you could fix this by staying here. But you think about the fact you have to turn around and look at them again, and you can't do that. So you turn the knob and you leave. The Flecker will say, "A decision with the interest of others in mind. A selfless one. A perceived selfless one, at least." Though I feel like you might understand that already. And what is a moment of pain?
I think it was the days following the death of the patriarch Telvine. And, you know, she packed her bag, she was ready to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't happen.
Yep. You sit at the bedside, you bring him medicine, you try and help him. He's too sick, maybe too old, you don't know. This was never your forte. And he dies, and that hurts. And all of you see, as Mop packs, tears in their eyes, red. She goes to leave, but before she can do so, a cane is planted in front of her as a woman with slick back black hair, one that you all recognize, stares down at her, and that Mop recognizes as the daughter of the head of the Televine estate. And Mop doesn't leave. And the fucker will say, "You were dealt quite the bad hand, I fear. I think everything that you did was out of a desire to help. Help others, help yourself. And yet, no matter what happened, there was always a bump in the road. I don't think you deserved that. And yet." And then what is a resolution? It
That would
can be
be-
something that happened in the campaign. It doesn't have to be before it.
I'd say it was a mix of two moments. It was the day they'd actually left Telvine Estate, and they'd made it to the port of Dacia, and were ready to start over again. And the second time would be the moment that the door opened, just before they finished signing, the contract with Josiah.
They'll actually scratch the bottom of their mask as if scratching their chin a little bit, and they'll say, "Interesting. This is why I do this. Perspectives are always so important. To many other people, what that would have been was far less than a resolution. And yet it was to you, wasn't it? Somehow the existence of change exuded more freedom than the lack of them. I find that quite interesting and quite impressive. To be able to look at something in such a brilliant light is truly a talent, Mop." And as they motion around the room, you will see other resolutions that don't immediately come to mind. You see people helping put away the dishes for you. People making food for you. You think of earlier, just a day and a half ago, you were laying in bed and people were bringing you tea and food, getting you a warm blanket. Anytime you asked to help, they didn't let you because you were sick. You think back to your mom, hugging her. That appears up as well, something that none of you actually saw. You even think back to when you were on the boat, waving goodbye to your mother after that whole predicament. You were saying goodbye to her again, but this time it wasn't forced. It wasn't with an awful decision behind it. It wasn't a goodbye, it was a see you later. And the mirrors will begin to go opaque. But before they do, Mop, make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
With advantage. What's his name here?
Oh shit, hang on.
Ah, that is what you needed. Well, not that exact number, but higher than what you needed. There's a moment where you begin to look a little bit more. Smaller reflections. Maybe there's a few cracks in the mirror tints in the light. You see other things. You see you screaming at the Televines back in that now burned down restaurant. That rage bubbling up. You see that Yeti you had found, the enchantment that you had cast on him. You see the first time you got the book. And for a split second, you see somebody standing behind you. Taller, a silhouette. They have a large beard. And then they put a hand on your shoulder. It's cold as ice. And then the mirrors go opaque.
Mop will reach up to her shoulder.
It's colder than normal.
Okay.
The Fleckra will reach out to grab your hand.
And of course Mop will take it.
And they will guide you back to where everyone else is. And then they will look at Amaya.
Oh god. I don't know what to talk about.
Joy!
Oh no.
I'll hold out a hand.
Amaya. Hold on, sorry.
You're okay.
I don't want to drag her to the. I don't want. I'm trying to roll a d4.
4.
She will hesitate, but she'll take their hand.
Gotcha. They will bring you over here to the middle. And they will say, "You don't know a lot about yourself, I fear. I would wager to guess you actually know the least about yourself." And as the mirrors begin to glow once more, you will see many different memories. There are a few that stick out as things that you didn't necessarily expect to be there in reference to what everyone else has seen so far. The main two being yourself standing on the Isles of Ard, alone, looking out at the sea with your silver wings out. Confused, maybe even upset, but taking it the best you can. The other one, in a smaller mirror, even a hand mirror hung up on a wall, you see the beach. There are footprints in the sand, a small sand castle nearby, but nothing else. Just a calm beach with a night sky. And I will ask you, do you have a moment of personal error?
It has to be. Can it be something in the campaign?
Yes,
or...
absolutely.
I think the thing is Amaya. The Fulcra's right. Amaya doesn't know too much about herself, and even then, the things that she does know before she joined up with the caravan, it was just work. Not much. Like, not similar to Mop in the way of hard labor constantly, but clerical duties. So they've kind of all blurred together. And she doesn't like to admit personal error too much. She actually hates admitting when she's wrong. But if there's one moment that she will admit that she was wrong, it was when she and Kovak went separate ways. That big argument after Alavard.
Yeah. You will see that it's a bit different from the way it was presented to everybody else so far. Instead of it being very literal, it seems more metaphorical, what appears in your mirrors. You see two ships. Both of them, one Amaya standing on, Kovak standing on the other, both drifting apart from one another. And they will say, a burned bridge. And yet, you seem to have the skills to rebuild it. Though a bridge is easier to build once you're doing one person on each side. And they will briefly look over to Kovak. And you think that if they could smile, they would.
And he kind of just gives her a bit of a look back.
What is a moment Amaya was pained?
I actually can't think of one off the top of my head.
I could come up with one then.
That
Uh-oh.
would be great. I apologize.
No, that's okay. A memory appears, one that you actually don't remember, Amaya. Well, you recognize it a little bit. You see your house, your old house, the one you dreamt about way back when. You're standing on the outside. You look around. There's fire raging all around. Something is happening. Something awful is happening. You see somebody burst out the front door. They are holding something in their hands. And I want to clarify, I planned this long before this session, so don't, it's very coincidental. And they're holding a very ornate looking rapier. Something comes out from the bushes. They attack it. They attempt to stab it. They don't seem to be very good at what they're doing. And as you look in the distance, there is a light. One that you recognize, but don't remember. And Amaya, you start crying. Just a little bit. You don't recognize why. You're not even heaving or sobbing. Just tears naturally flowing down your face. You go to wipe them. Outside of the mirror, I might add.
Mm-hmm.
And then it moves on. You lost something. Or someone. Someone rather important.
It's difficult to...
No, please.
Go ahead.
No.
Okay. It's... That's difficult for me to say how important it was, considering this is the first time I think I remember something like this.
The memories of a child are fickle. One blessed or maybe cursed with the gifts that you have to think while dreaming, to see while dreaming. They have tampered with you, I fear. Or maybe somebody else has. Though, that is just speculation. What is a moment of resolution?
I think... I think it'd be the last argument that Amaya and Josiah had before Amaya went to the Forgotten Temples.
You're fighting with one another. Josiah is telling you not to go, telling you it's stupid, it's worthless. You should focus on your duties. You say fine. You were lying. You walk out. And I think there's a moment where you see something that you actually weren't present for. You watch as Duranex, one of the other priests of Inagros, walks out to Josiah on a balcony and tells him that you have left, and without hesitation, with no somberness in his eyes, just frustration, irritation, no regret, he orders Duranex to go arrest you, specifically, and everyone else with you. And the Felcra says, that one seems vile, to put it simply. Though, I suppose I shouldn't say such things. I do not know him very much. Tinjara will fold her arms, will stare, but she doesn't say anything. And as you're kind of standing there, Maya, looking at the mirrors, making sense of it all, hits you in the ways that it hits you. I'll leave that up to you. But you see another one. Make me a wisdom saving throw to see if you can actually properly see this. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty good, huh?
It was stuck on that 3, and I was like, it didn't
Yeah.
load for me.
One of the mirrors lights up. It's brighter than any image that has ever been displayed so far. And you see a star for a moment. A star that glows brighter and brighter as wings unfurl from it. Water streaming down the side of the star as if it was crying. It's almost taken a humanoid shape. And you recognize it. You swear you recognize it. You've seen this before. And the Felcra will look to you and say, oh, there are many things to unearth within yourself, I fear. Many things that might come up in the temple, actually. But I know that it is always a good sign when one sees their kin in this room.
Amaya doesn't.
No, please.
She doesn't make any sort of actual acknowledgement of the Falcra talking. She kind of just stares, especially at that one mirror. Probably shouldn't because it's really bright, but
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes are closed, it's fine.
You take 70
Yeah.
radiant damage.
Okay.
Can't believe it.
And after a minute, the Flecker will say, I believe we should move on to the next person, if you are good to step back.
There's a minute of silence. And then Amaya just takes a deep breath and just goes, do what you must.
Very well.
And then she'll head back towards the back. Can I move? I can't move.
You can drag yourself.
No, it's just my computer is very buffy.
Oh, I see. Flecker
There
will
he is.
walk.
It's a crispy GPU.
Yeah, it's my cooked GPU. It's as of right now, grilling.
Flecker will turn back around, and they will look at you, Craggletooth.
No.
No.
Yeah, me too.
Like, listen, it's been bracing for impact this whole time. I know all of you the same. I know what you are.
Lock in.
Okay, yeah, she'll step up, head to the center. She's seen the others. and what she knows the drill. At least she thinks she knows the drill.
Yeah. Mirrors will light up. Memories flash before you. A few of you see things you've never seen before, specifically family talking here and there. Memories that I think we'll get to in a moment, but Kovak, you will recognize 4 people. One of them you've never seen before, but you now know the face of. As they appear briefly in a mirror. The Fleckra will say... Oh yeah, I bet. The Fleckra will say... You've sacrificed a lot. I'm sure she would respect that. Anyways.
Crackletooth will glance at the Fleckra, but not really say anything.
Mm-hmm. The most interesting thing about you is not your soul, but your blood. Where you come from, what you are. I don't think you know what it is. I think, like most people, even including myself, you have a misunderstanding of magic on fundamentally how it works. You've mastered your own. You're quite impressive with it, but I don't think you understand where it comes from. What is a moment in which a moment of personal error, sorry.
I think a lot over her life there'll be a lot of just different images where she like pushed someone too hard and they like scraped their knee, or like hit someone too hard and like it actually got hurt. But I think the big one that I was thinking about is the tavern. That's a moment of error, I would say.
There's a brief moment where I think the Fleckra gets the better of themselves, and they kind of whisper under their breath something that only you can hear, Crackletooth, and says, "I've never seen this many."
Oh my god!
Crackletooth will like grimace and rub the back of her neck, like breathe in through her mouth, like.
Oh my god!
No.
Cool.
You see the tavern
Right.
burning for a moment. You see something that I get to explain a bit more in detail as Thogloth looks at you from the other side of the room, and all of you hear his voice say what Crackletooth was told. The back window is unlocked. That's how Crackletooth knew to go that way. And you see as she guides you all out, and you fall, but it burns. And it burns hard. What was a moment of pain?
I think the biggest moment of pain for her, and I'll describe a little bit.
Yeah.
But you'll see a road in Sudal, and it's from her perspective. So she's hiding up. She's up in a tree. You can kind of pinpoint a fair few other goblins hiding along the sides of the road, along the it's very clear that they're waiting for an ambush of some sort. And from the road, further down the road, you see 4 figures. Kovak would most likely recognize their silhouettes from a distance. There's a goblin that gives a signal, and then they attack. And over the course of this memory, you see, originally it's going fairly well from what from what Crackletooth can see, flinging off spells from a distance, as you've come to know that she typically does. And then it starts to take a turn as you start seeing bodies fall from a distance, And there's one in particular, a smaller goblin, who, when she falls, then Craggletooth jumps down and goes to cradle her in her arms.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think there's actually much else there I need to describe. I think you just see all that. There's a brief aftermath, a conversation, a deal, but it moves on. What is a moment of resolution?
I think there's a few. Most of them involve apologies for said skinned knees that flickered by in the personal error sort of phase. But a big one is Craggletooth with Kovak and Cassian in the snow, and the conversation that they had after Dareman attacked.
Mm-hmm. You feel a bit of that magic trapping you break. That magic that had been holding you down and tying you, it's gone. Some of it is, at least. Not as many people have as much of a hold on you. But better, the man who hand-delivered your sister's ring finger to you is dead.
Right, he is.
And they will look at you and say, hardship fills your life as well. But I think there's more. Not hardship, just more. More that you can't quite see. But maybe you can hear it. And there are 14 small mirrors in this room. I counted them. You see in the big mirrors go dim. In every single small mirror, except for 2, there is a silhouette of a goblin in them. Some of them are older. Some of them are younger. Some of them you recognize pretty quickly as members of your family. Some of them, maybe you don't. It's been a while. Maybe you didn't know them very well. 2 of them are different. One of them has your reflection as you're looking into it. It's looking back at you as a normal reflection would. Another one is empty. And they will say, I believe that there is a truth, one that I am not at liberty to state, but one that I can supplement. Your blood fuels you, your strength, your ability to continue, and you're quite capable, especially with them behind you. And I think they think you're going to do wonderful.
Her ear will twitch slightly. Backing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They will then motion for you to walk back to everyone else. And before we get to another player, they're going to motion over to Tenjara.
Ooh, girly.
Who
I'm
will
leaving
roll her
upset.
eye. They will roll their eyes, and they will walk to the center. They think this is stupid. Waste of their time, but they do it anyways. The Flucker will start talking to them. You all will hear them say, "You deeply sadden me." Tenjara will look surprised. Almost offended.
My water.
Cooked.
You sadden me.
You were amazing at one point. And all of you see mirrors. You see a teenage Tenjara. Her hair is tied back. She's wearing Overalls, she's at a desk. She is drawing on a piece of paper blueprints for a ship. A toy ship. Nothing crazy. She carves it. It's wonderful. Her parents show up. They thank her. They say hello. Say hello? What the fuck? They support her. They congratulate her. They are proud of her. Tenjara shrinks a little bit in the room. You see a couple years go by. She designs a mast, and it works. And the ship is faster. And it's impressive. Tenjara looks over, and for the first time, doesn't look angry, but almost scared. And says, "We don't have to see this. I don't want to see this." And the Flecker will not say anything, and will keep looking at the mirrors. You all will see more things be made. Masts go to special wooden planks that can resist wood better, to fishing utilities, to boats, great big boats, bigger than any boat you've ever seen, to a caravan, your caravan. And then one day, you see a person you've never seen before. Except for you, Amaya. You've seen them once. They've only come down to Dashia one time in their lifetime. In your lifetime. You see Kaisen. Sitting on the shores of whatever village Tenjara grew up in. Impressed. And she invites Tenjara. Tenjara, at the center of the room, has closed her eyes and has both of her hands on her head. You will see more. You'll see Tenjara at Dashia. Except this time, when she's at her desk, she's smiling and she's designing something, and there's a knock on the door. And then you watch as a day passes. That smile is still there. She's designing a new boat. And then there's another knock on the door. And this repeats. Day in, day out. She stays in her room. Time passes. Her smile fades more and more. There's a knock on the door. Her designs are changed. She's no longer making boats. She's no longer making fishing implements. She hasn't talked to Kaisen in months, then years, then decades. And now she's making cannons. And catapults. And weaponry. And then she moves from the center abruptly and walks to the side of the room. Flacker will look over. They don't say anything. Those of you that are perceptive enough can hear light muttering from Tenjara. But the Flecker will look back to you, Kovak.
I think just as like Tenjara is doing the whole mumbling thing, and like there's that layer of just like solemnness, Kovak's gonna sort of like crane the head to like a Cassian and just do like a get a load of this guy gesture.
Directed towards Tenjara.
Tenjara, yeah.
I think when Kovak, like, in what way does Kovak do it? Is it like a joking way, or?
Yes, it's absolutely meant to be a joke. Like, he's trying to undercut the tension somehow. He feels so uncomfortable right now.
I think Cassian just looks really, really sad as they're looking to Tenjara. They manage a very faint smile towards Kovak, to show that they're not like upset with him or anything, but they do look back to Tenjara and they do look genuinely like really sympathetic.
And he like kind of immediately straightens out and he's like, Yeah, fair enough. Actually, that is kind of fucked up. And then the flicker's gonna look at him. He's gonna be like, he's just gonna take a very deep breath. He's gonna mutter something in Orcish, and step his way into the center.
You, my friend, have sworn your soul. I don't think you did it knowingly, but you did do it, and I don't think you regret it either. You've sworn it to something quite unique. Something that I have not seen presented in the way that you are presenting it. You crave violence, vengeance, and yet it doesn't seem unjust. Before we begin the main event, I suppose, they say as memories begin to appear on each mirror. Your parents at the farm, your old party, you lying in the grass for a day after the attack. They will say, oh, fuck, I forgot.
And then come on, dex the flicker out. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, clip this. Chat, clip this.
Clip
I'm
that
gonna
one.
clip this.
Mhm.
Hold on.
That is the
Let me-
first
hold on,
one.
pull in the timestamp real quick. 2:45, easy.
I was like explaining, and the second I got the first word through, I was like, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. And I was like, it's okay, just keep talking, and you'll remember by the time you're done. I did not.
Something about violence, something
Does,
about
can
it
I
being
donate
just.
as save for the next to be an auto fail? Yeah, Coffee, you can do that if you're still here.
I no.
Hey,
Um,
Voice crack.
And okay, they will say, before we get on to your personal bouts, your ups and downs in life, I suppose I am to congratulate someone. What you are doing is just in some ways. I don't agree with it. I am not one for violence. I'm sure you've guessed by now. But I respect it. And I know that she does too. You have things following you, even beyond her. She is watching, but everyone else, they are helping in whatever ways they can. And I think they'd like you to know that.
It's fucked up. It's so fucked up.
And so, what is a moment of personal error?
So, Ellie, I'm coming for you. Because
What the hell?
I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you. It's gotta be but because the moment of personal error is akin to Amaya's. It is the separation, brief split after returning to Newport.
Yeah.
And it's just how immediately he knew that that was a bad idea, but he tried to stay as stubborn as he could have, and how that was his folly completely. He's made many mistakes, I'm sure, but that, I think, is probably one of the most pertinent ones that he's made.
Yeah. There is, you all see actually the exact same thing as before. Amaya on a ship, Kovak on a ship, moving apart. Kovak, you will hear the Felker lightly chuckle, almost knowingly, like, of course this would happen.
He sets his jaw, but he's not, like, actually mad. He's just like, God damn it.
And all of you see Kovak, when he was gone, drinking at the tavern every night, sitting at a campfire, chewing hardtack. Disliking the taste.
Yeah, jump scare.
You see,
No!
you see Fuelen, who is kind of sad.
Can't believe you made him fucking sad.
You made him sad.
What
What
is?
the fuck, man?
I feel
Why
like
the
this
fuck would
one's
you do
pretty
that, Kovak?
obvious, but I want to ask anyways. What is a moment of pain? Or should I just describe it? Because I'm almost certain I know what it is.
It's gonna say, can I describe it?
You can describe it, absolutely.
And these mirrors are showing a first-person recollection of everything.
It can be anything. It could be third person, it could be first person.
Okay, let me...
You pulling up the document?
I'm pulling up the document. Because I think I described it there, but it's a first-person perspective. It's, you know, judging by the height, it's clearly someone that stands ahead above everyone else, and they're entering into what looks to be some sort of a abandoned kind of a crypt. Some place that they'd obviously been sent to. It's himself and the other 5 members of his party. There's a familiar-looking high elf, a familiar-looking half elf that the rest of them might have seen in the art trials.
Sam got a thing for high elf.
There's a human barbarian. There's another goblin, a male goblin, and a feminine-presenting person. Grey skin, white eyes, white hair. I changed them. And they it's a terrible series of events. Following the backline, the tripwire, the distinct sound of it being kicked, sets off, and as the goblin yells to duck, everyone manages just in time except for the changeling. Struck through the chest, immediately killed in a second. And down the dark hall that they can't see to the end of, it's that long they can hear footsteps against the stone rapidly approaching. They pull back as much as they can into a side room. They pull along the lifeless corpse. Kovak pulls her along. And the high elf takes over, tries to bring them back. And the room that they're in explodes. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 explosions in different parts of the room. Foundations are shook, and Cassandra thrown off her feet. And through the cracks in the wall, the craters left by the explosion come rushing a insane amount of legs and eyes. Giant spiders that swarm into the room. And as Persona tries to recollect herself, she's the next one to go. They try to retain a circle around her, they try to defend her while she tries to resurrect Changeling, and instead she's pounced and brutally dies. The goblin attempts to throw his dagger at another spider as it rushes towards him. He misses, clinks against the stone, and there lies another dormant explosive trap. It blows up. It kills him. With just 3 remaining, there's a conceited effort to try to pull back even again further right out of the crypt. It's the perspective, it's the human and the half-elf. And as the half-elf and the perspective are getting closer to where the light begins to crack in, the human collapses in a coughing fit and chokes to death on his own saliva. Poison from a blow dart lodged in his neck. And there's a moment where he hesitates, and there's just nothing but panic on the other's face as well, but they both run as much as they can. Footsteps following along as they split up and they ran. Kovak tumbles off of a cliff. He's not fast enough to stop himself. He doesn't even realize it's there until he's already fallen. Something's broken. Has to have been. He can't move. He's in excruciating pain, and just nearby he can hear voices. There's a familiar voice that trills in his head again. A spell, and seconds later, the half-elf's body tumbles down the cliff with a bolt in his chest. Lands right next to where Kovac lies, motionless.
And there's a little bit more. Something that maybe in the heat of the moment you didn't see. Maybe you just didn't remember. You hear the voices of Dareman and Thoglaw. Actually, you don't hear Thoglaw. Dareman and, oh my god, Creek. And the fourth one as well. They're talking to each other. You can't understand what they're saying, but you understand the meaning behind it. Congratulating each other. A job well done. They're happy. It went so smoothly. You don't hear Thoglaw's voice. And from this different perspective, one that you didn't get to see before, you see him standing at the top of the cliff, looking down at you. He knew you were there. There is not regret in his eyes. There isn't any semblance of, somber, like, oh, I feel bad for him. There's something else. Something you can't quite pick out. But for some reason, he knew you were there, and he didn't kill you. But after that, a moment of resolution.
Does it have to be just one? Can it be two?
It can be two, but we're nearing the end, and Cassian's is gonna take a second.
Yeah, bitch, look at the clock.
Alright, resolution. I'll just pick one then. And it is in the dining hall of a very familiar looking place. Sorry, Cassian. And it's not from a POV this time. It's thankfully from the third person. It is Kovac killing Creek.
Yes.
Very simply just squeezing until he, feels like he doesn't need to anymore. And the light from the moon shining through the window and onto the scene, basically, sort of a symbol of the fact that he's doing exactly what she's, given him the power to do.
Indeed. The Flicker will say, I imagine you have plenty more to do. You're quite powerful, Kovac. And I'm glad that you've learned how to use that power wisely. And justly. And they will motion for you to walk back. And then they will look at Cassian.
Ugh.
Lock in.
Put the price in the bag.
I'm going to cry.
Lock in.
Cassian,
What do you mean I know?
See, would you like me to describe what you've sent me?
Yeah, it might be quicker.
Absolutely.
I'm also shitting myself, so like...
Yeah. You will step in, and immediately they will say, prepare yourself, Cassian. There is a reason why you are last. This might be a bit much, but I know you're capable.
So I was last on purpose?
They'll nod.
I might let out a breath that they didn't actually take. They're gonna just nod a wee bit, wring their hands together.
And the mirrors will begin to glow one last time. They will show many memories on there. I'm gonna see if you can make a really, really good check. Amaya, make a perception roll. You have to beat a 25. That is not
No.
25.
Oh no.
That would have had been a nat 20. So
It would've
Can I
been
give
nat 20.
Can I give Ellie my inspiration?
Well, Kovac, you can give her lucky if you wanted.
I could, yeah. I have a lucky.
Okay. Roll again?
Yep.
Yeah.
18, 19, or 20. A 3.
Oh, come on!
Well, actually, you wouldn't
That's
need a
really
20.
close.
I thought you had a +7. No, you wouldn't need a 20. Never mind.
No,
Um,
yeah.
You don't notice anything then, Amaya. But, Cassian, as these things are playing, you see Kara for a moment, a tower with crystals around it, spanning as high as the sky. You see castles in the distance, battles, old friends, dead friends. You see a fight underwater, tons and tons of people fighting against a literal kraken. It's a baby, but
Yeah, let's go. Cass is gonna just like look
Um,
over their shoulder to the party.
Holy
He's
shit!
He's actually starstruck.
Believe it.
And
The
then,
mirrors are fucking.
and then as time progresses a little bit further, we see you in your manor before it was overrun. There is a warm, wet rag on your head. Your family is around you. You're sick. They're trying to help you. But it doesn't work. You grow iller and iller, and you feel like you're going to die. And then there's a morning where you wake up in your room and you look out the window and you see a lot of people outside. They look like criminals. And yet, a detail that you didn't think anything of then, but think everything of now. Around their wrists, so faintly, you see the indentation of golden chains.
Oh my god.
And in front of them stands a watcher. They speak to your family. Your family are confused. They don't understand what's going on. And then they order the attack. Time cuts a couple minutes in the future. And you all watch something that you only got to see. Kraggletooth, you have never seen anything like this. You unfortunately weren't here for this. But the rest of you recognize the Watcher before it was a corpse in the attic of Cassian's home. You see them brawling back and forth, hacks and slashes, punches. One slash to the throat of Cassian is almost enough. The Watcher is ready to leave, and with their last breath, Cassian rends them across the back. They stumble forward, smashing into a painting. It splinters slightly. The wood stabs into the Watcher's chest, and it falls to the ground. And as it tries to escape, Cassian dies. Only then to feel suffocation set in as dirt begins to fill your lungs. You claw as much as you can and push your way up to the surface of your own grave. You're confused, you look around, relieved you weren't ready to die. But any sense of relief immediately falls as you turn and see another grave next to yours. You go into a rage for a moment. You cut trees down with just the power of your fists. And while you didn't see it then, you can see it now. Eyes appearing across your hair as it grows longer. Your form begins to shift. Red begins to fill your eyes and your mouth. And as this figure that you don't recognize looks at you in the mirror, you feel like for just a second, it understands you. It isn't just a reflection right now. It sees you, and it looks at you in real life. It raises a hand to reach towards the mirror, and then the memory cuts to something else. A village in flame, bodies ripped apart. A past memory. And yet, Cassian, you look the same. Eyes across your back, arms jutted outwards, and it looks at you again. And then the memory cuts. And then the memory shifts to something else. Something you are certain that you said, but you're not certain if it was in this context. You sit in a chair in a room, looking at your hands. They're still claws. You retract them. You're sweating. There's blood on you. The space around you is black and empty. And you look in the mirror, and you remember saying that you swore never to do that again. Never to use that wretched form, that thing that hurt all the people around you, innocent people. But what the memory says is, I refuse to use you, as it looks at you. And the Flicker kind of looks around a little bit, almost confused and concerned, and begins to sort of almost like change their position slightly. Reach for something in their pocket. They're looking at the mirrors though, not you, Cassian. Not that you could look at them at all, as you're taken by everything else. The red space behind yourself in the mirror begins to brighten only to a sickly dark red, similar to that of blood. And it says,
That's what you said, wasn't it?
and the other Cassian will stand up. One moment. I need to get something on the map.
Oh god.
Fuck, I think I know what it is.
It's the scary
As something in the mirror appears. Your form in the mirror shifts and twists and turns into a massive wolf teeth lining a jaw that goes all the way to the back of your cheeks, with an awful smile, far too many eyes that any living thing should have, spanning across its entire body. 8 different pairs, or sorry, not pairs, Jesus Christ. 4 different pairs of arms and legs, all moving in unison towards the mirror. And it says,
Do you remember that? Or was it different for you when you rejected me?
as they start talking with you, Cassian.
They're like opening their mouth to speak, and it keeps closing, and they're taking like a small step back.
As you
I
take...
think like the blue hue on them is just completely gone to just like a lifeless grey.
Yeah. As you take a step back, you hear a voice behind you.
Oh, fuck off!
As it says,
What? Cat got your tongue? Don't worry, Cassian. It's not your fault anymore.
and then to your left, another one. All of them speak at the same time.
The simple truth of the matter is, there is a bit of irony to this situation. All of these mirrors, reflections of past.
And then another one.
This time, Cassian, I reject you.
And then you will hear a crack as a line of broken glass shoots across the mirrors, and they begin to break. Slowly, the visages all around you will begin to disappear as their forms are distorted by the cracking of the mirrors. The Flecra will look around, concerned. They look at this thing as the room grows red with this awful, awful light. And you feel something within you, Cassian, something pulling against you, trying to leave as this thing walks closer and closer to the mirror. And you will hear the Flecra, all of you will say, "No, this is what happened the last time. I didn't know this would ever come to pass again." And they will look to Oakenheel when they say that. And as it walks up, it will reel back and slam itself against the mirror, and the mirror will crack. And it will slam itself again, and the mirror will crack. And every time it does so, Cassian, you stumble over more and more, sweating. Something is pulling at you. And then with one final push, this thing within the mirror, within Cassian, will break out. It will stumble into the room, and all of you will see this thing, wreathed in shadow and eyes and teeth and legs and ears and everything. Many eyes will look to you all as you stumble back. Oakenheel pulls out the axe.
Unslacks his chain.
Craggletooth fires fire.
It will look at you, and it will chuckle, the deep growl. And it will look at Cassian. Cassian, your neck feels cold. And as you go to touch it, you don't see the card there anymore. And as you look up, you see on its neck the card. And you are immediately faced with an understanding, one that you believe this thing also recognizes as it sees where your eyes are going, and it just begins to lightly growl a deep guttural chuckle. This thing, whatever it is, whether it is your soul, has your soul, some manifestation of yourself, if it dies, you lose everything. And it will walk towards you, Cassian. And I imagine you are stumbling backwards. You fall to the ground as it looms forward, moving its maw closer and closer to your face. It growls. It opens its mouth as if to consume you whole, and then it pulls back and says,
I do not need you. I have never needed you. Not even for sustenance. I will do this myself.
And then they are going to make a single attack on you as they leap over you. That's certainly a hit.
Yep.
And as they leap over you to this other side, they will look back at all of you, and then they will move through over here and begin to barrel through this wall to the outside, where you entered. And they will disappear.
Shit.
And that is where we will end the session.
Wowie zowie!
Oh my god.
Guys, I'm
Holy
scared.
shit.
I'm scared.
And one extra thing right now, Cassian, you cannot shift anymore.
Oh fuck, okay.
Wheel.
For now.
So he sucks. No, I'm joking.
So he sucks.
Oh,
Holy fuck.
that's a lot of shit to be talking for someone that's in punting distance.
Mhm.
Joey.
Thank you all for coming along. See, I'm gonna pull you for just a moment after I end the stream in a second here.
Okay.
We will be back next week to see what the fuck that was.